What is your last name?
Mansell.
Who was a tenant in this house? You can sit down. Okay. I didn't think you were a tenant. Just the two of you were tenants in the house. These were your tenants?
Yes.
They had an oral lease or a written lease?
We actually have a written lease.
I'd like to see it. Well, it just says that she received $600 to rent a room at this address. They will be moving in on January 2015 between 1st or the 5th. Deposit. I need 2 weeks' notice of change of plans to have a full refund. And you signed it.
Yes.
Okay, this is what the case is about. You claim that they had you falsely arrested. So there is an oral lease. Rent was $600 a month. You moved in January. Is that correct? January of 2015. When did you move out?
February.
Of 2016.
When did she first tell you that she wanted you to move out? What month?
September.
In September.
I actually have...
yeah, she has a paper.
Good. So between the time you moved in, which was January 2015, and the time you were notified that she wanted you to leave, which was in September.
Right.
After we asked for repairs.
It's just September.
Yes, September.
2015. Between those periods of time, you paid rent.
Yes.
In what amount?
$600.
You honor they pay you.
Shh. I'm figuring this case out myself.
Sure.
After September of 2015, when she notified you that she would like you to be out by the 15th of October, and she sent this to you on September 15th, did you pay October's rent?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Shh. The answer is yes. May I see it?
Yes.
October's rent paid on October 15th.
Yes.
Did you pay November's rent?
Yes.
May I see it?
Yes.
You paid that on November 20th.
Yes.
Did you pay December's rent?
No, we did not. But
Okay.
No.
You did not pay December's rent?
No. She told us that she didn't want any money from us at all.
Just a second.
Okay.
No, she wanted you out on October 15th.
We have a text message saying that she wants us out, that she doesn't want a penny for us for utilities or rent.
Just a second.
Okay.
Listen to me carefully. I'm going to take a look at that.
Okay.
She's already served you with a 30-day notice to leave.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Okay.
September 15th, she served you. This is your evidence, a notice to leave. You did not leave on October 15th. You paid rent on October 15th. You got a letter from your landlord. Due to different circumstances, I will be moving out by 30th September. She told you you were renting a room, correct? New people will be moving in on October 1st. I am sorry, but I need you to please move out by the 15th of October. I am giving you a month's notice so you have enough time to clear out everything. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. All right, that's what she sent you. So instead of moving out, you stayed October 15th and you stayed the whole month of November.
Yes.
And then December, you were still there. Pay attention to me. I'm creating in my own head. Put your hand down. I didn't ask you a question.
Okay.
So you stayed there, and what you just told me was she said, I don't want you to pay any more rent or utilities. I just want you out. That's what you just told me.
Yes, that was January.
That's what you just told me. So you neither paid rent nor utilities, nor did you move in December. Is that right?
No.
Good. So you didn't move in December, and in January, did you pay rent?
No.
No. And did you move?
We moved February when she told us to.
No, she told you to move in October.
May I speak? She jumps back and forth a lot. She would come say, have a problem with us. She'll talk to the mediators, and she'd be like, oh, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're all family. That's why we were really confused with her then. When she found out about the housing.
You weren't confused about not paying rent.
She did it out of retaliation, though, because we called the housing services on her.
Who cares? You ate the steak.
But she deposited our rent checks.
You went in to the restaurant, you ordered a steak, you tasted it. You said, I've had better steak. You didn't give it back. You finished the steak, and then you said to the owner of the restaurant, I'm not paying for the steak. I didn't like it.
May I?
You can tell me anything you like, but you ate the steak. You, and is this your wife or girlfriend?
This is my girlfriend.
This is your girlfriend. You
but
and your
she told
girlfriend.
us that she didn't want any more money, though. She said that she didn't want to go through an eviction.
Go tell them about
She didn't want to go through an eviction because she said she knew we went to housing and housing told us our rights. Our housing told wait for her to try to evict us.
And she explained that we could stay. I mean.
And they told us that she cannot charge us for utilities on an illegal unit when it's a single family dwelling.
Listen to me. You don't like the steak move.
I did.
You didn't move.
I was waiting for her to
Just
pick up.
a second. You stayed and you ate the steak December and January, and you didn't pay for the steak. You stayed there and you ate it, and you lived there perfectly fine and paid rent.
She refused-
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. All of a sudden, when she told you you had to move, she sent you a very nice letter. Now, this is what the case is about. I'm just trying to figure out who you are.
Okay.
So far, you're squatters who stayed 2 months without paying rent.
That's
Now,
not true.
now
You
what
get
I
one-
want to know is, when you filed for an order of protection, what month and year did you file for an order of protection against her? And I want to see the basis that you put in
It was January
the protective...
22nd, 2016.
January. Okay, now in January 22nd, you already had not paid rent in December. You had not paid rent in January. Now I want to see what you filed. Put your hand down and take your hand off his
See,
thigh.
she moved out of, and we couldn't find her. So how is it my responsibility to find her to pay
kept-
her rent?
If-
She wouldn't tell us where she lives.
She
How
wouldn't
was I
pick it up.
supposed to pay her rent?
She gave us letters saying that she didn't want the rent. She just wanted us to move out to avoid an issue with the thing. Because she knew we talked to housing, and housing told us our issue. Well, our rights.
Excuse me, she didn't pay. We paid December, but we still have it. I mean, she didn't come and collect it,
And then she told us she didn't want it.
and she purposefully did that so she didn't have to.
I'm reading what you filed in here.
I understand.
You know what you filed in here?
Yes, I do.
Ah.
Yes, I do.
Patrick needs protection because Romalda has been harassing him verbally and tried opening his front door, threatening him to throw him and my property out. Then she says, November, she threatened me after she asked you to move and my boyfriend, saying we had to leave. That doesn't sound equivocal to me. Or else she would change the locks on us and throw our property out. Today, January 2nd, she ran up to my car, waited outside for me, opened up my door without my consent, grabbed me and threatened me. Now I want you to tell me about that. I want you to tell me on January 22nd exactly what happened.
Okay, I was leaving my property at like 8 a.m. and she was in the backyard cleaning because she didn't live at the property, but she was still cleaning the backyard up. I was walking out and she comes up to me, and it's already been arranged that she wouldn't speak to me because I told her I felt uncomfortable. That's why she speaks to Javier. She doesn't speak, I mean, we don't understand each other.
You understood each other before October.
Not very clearly.
Before October. Well, then you're an idiot for staying there. So it's her apartment. The two of you were living together, and you moved in as a roommate. Okay. And it is your claim that she came into the bedroom while you were sleeping and poured boiling water on you.
Yes, correct.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. So this indicates that officers responded to the scene, that burns were caused by hot water that Ms. Canby had allegedly thrown at Ms. Jones. It seems that all three females had been smoking dust for most of the night. It is unclear what had occurred in the apartment because the females were too high on dust to speak. In any case, Joan was transported to St. Francis Hospital. So is it accurate that the three of you were doing drugs that night?
No, Your Honor, it's not.
Is there any reason why you think that this officer would write this?
Yeah, the officer is a Fugazi officer.
Is a what?
Fugazi officer.
This is Hartford Police Department.
Yeah, he's Fugazi.
What does that mean?
That means he's fake. Why would she not be arrested for this, Your Honor?
The person who filled out this form is a police officer in the Hartford Police Department. He's not a fake. Now, you have your medical records from
Yes, I
the
do.
13th? I'd like to take a look at them, including the admission records, and then I'll get the story, both of the stories. Okay, listen, you admitted to the doctor who admitted you to the hospital that all of you were smoking PCP that night. You said a young female evaluated as a core trauma. Patient states she smoked PCP with a friend this evening. Friend later accused her of stealing her laptop. Patient was sleeping without wearing any clothes and reports friend dumped a pot of boiling water on her. Patient found outside the complex wearing a hospital gown. Patient reports PCP and marijuana today. That's what you told the doctor.
No, that's not what I told her.
So you mean the police officer got it wrong and the doctor who admitted you to the hospital got it wrong? So both?
Your
So
Honor.
there's a fake police officer. I'm not suggesting that this incident didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened that night.
Well, Your Honor, I would like to tell you what happened.
What?
I would like to tell you what happened.
First, I have to make myself clear that you had a head to even remember what happened.
Okay.
Did you accuse her of stealing a laptop?
She did. She stole my laptop and she stole my clothes. She was stealing from me in my sister's house.
She was stealing from you while she was living in the house, in your sister's house with you. And is that an argument that you had that evening on the 13th?
Mm-hmm. And I don't do drugs, Your Honor.
Just a second. Is that an argument that you had that evening?
Mm-hmm.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Let me read to you, and I'm going to let you tell your story, but these medical records of that night are very telling to me. These are the doctors who examined you. Patient presents to the emergency room tonight for a burn. Patient is on PCP and is quite altered. She is a very unreliable historian. She reports that someone dumped a pot of boiling water onto her lap. Patient reports at times that this occurred, she was wearing no clothes. Patient presents to the emergency room wearing a hospital johnny. She cannot tell me why she is wearing this. Patient has sustained second-degree burns covering approximately 9% of her body surface. It involves her upper thighs and inner thighs. Her groin specifically has significant edema, blistered. Patient has been given IV fluids. Contacted the burn center. Okay. Let me tell you first, Miss Camby, that the only thing that she's consistent about in these reports, even in her altered state, is that you poured boiling water on her. If she was the only one that was high in the house, I don't know. So I want, before she tells me her story, before I finish the medical records and see if your story is consistent with that, I want you to tell me, listen to me carefully, your story about what happened on July the 13th. Go.
Judge Judy.
No, don't say me Judge Judy.
Okay.
I know who I am.
Okay. That is totally not what happened.
Just a second. I want you to tell me what happened.
When I came home from school, she was in the house. She wasn't supposed to be there. She didn't pay my sister her portion of the rent. So we was in the kitchen, and I'm like, Kylie, what are you doing in the house? You're not supposed to be here. You didn't pay my sister the portion of the rent. She was boiling water for coffee that she was drinking, and the handle was out on the stove. She was not laying down or anything.
No, don't tell me what she wasn't. I'm reading the medical records. I want you to tell me what happened. So she was boiling water on the stove.
We was in the kitchen, and then we got into the argument, and as she went to push me, the handle was sticking out from the pot of water, and the water came all down here on her.
That's not true.
Not consistent with the medical records, your story. I read what you said in the answer. But the medical records, what the doctors observed of where the injuries were on her inner thigh are totally inconsistent with this story that you just told me of water being spilled. If it's spilled, it's on the outer section of your thigh. Unless she was standing with her legs gesprayt. Totally gesprayt boiling water.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So the story that you give me is a whole lot of who shot John. Yes, it is. It's a whole lot of who shot John. And the reason, it wasn't a fake police officer.
It was.
Because what you say is you were lying in bed naked and she came in and poured scalding water on you. Medical records.
I said he was fugazi because he did not arrest her.
Listen to me. I don't know what you're on now. I don't care. I don't care. The reason that they didn't arrest her, that doesn't mean he's a fake cop, is because you were so high that night that when they asked her what happened, she gave this cockamamie story. And since they couldn't get a cogent story from you because you were so high, they said, she tells me, she's looking at me like a basset hound with those eyes that say, I'm telling you the truth. That's the way she spoke to the cop. And that's why she wasn't arrested. I don't believe her because the cops certainly didn't look at these medical records because the medical records are totally inconsistent with this baloney story you just told me.
She wasn't even in the apartment when the cops showed up. She had fled the scene when the cops showed up.
The reason that they didn't take you seriously is because you were so high on drugs that you were in an altered state. Do you understand?
No.
That doesn't mean she didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm telling you that the reason that the police didn't take you seriously was because you were on another planet. Do you understand? That doesn't excuse her behavior. But you asked me a question. You said he's a fake cop. He's not a fake cop. He couldn't get anything from you, neither could the doctor. Because according to the doctor who examined you, you were so high and in such an altered state, he couldn't get a history. The only thing that you were able to tell him was that somebody poured boiling water on you. And the medical records are totally consistent with that story. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you're partially to blame for the fact that they didn't arrest her. Do you understand? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Why don't you go into rehab?
I did
For how long?
for about 2 months.
Didn't work. You know, you're lucky you're not doing 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're lucky you're not doing 10 years. Because if somebody put this all together, and if it wasn't for the fact that they found lots of drug people on the night of the 13th, which is what you say, we were all smoking at night. I mean, every single page says, from every different doctor who examined you, it says disoriented and high on PCP, uncooperative and substance abuse, flat affect. That's why. What she did was terrible.
Yeah.
What she did was terrible.
Yeah.
They didn't take you seriously.
Yeah.
And that is not an excuse for them. But part of the reason they didn't take you seriously is because you were your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're done here. Ms. Trahan, were you and your husband both in the car or
No.
just you?
No.
So you are here because the car is jointly owned, is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
So you were not a witness?
No.
You can have a seat. You were in an automobile accident that you claim was the defendant's fault.
Right.
I don't think that the defendant would deny that if there was an accident, it was her fault. She says there was no accident.
That's interesting.
Okay, that's what she says. She says there was no accident. So why don't you tell me the date of this accident?
June 27th, 2017,
What time?
2:15 in the afternoon.
Could you go over to the board and show me which one was your car?
I am the orange car with the P on a plaintiff.
Okay, so you were going straight down the road. The defendant had a stop sign.
Correct. I had the right-of-way on this main street, Grand Via Altamira.
So she went through the stop sign.
Correct. Right in front of me, across in front of me.
She crossed in front of you.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then she shot through, so she didn't hit me. She headed towards this curb here, and then to avoid hitting the curb, she swerved out and struck my right front fender and her left front wheel.
Okay. Do you have a photograph of the damage?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to see it.
Since the car is brand new, I had a very difficult time taking pictures because it's shiny and I got a lot of reflection.
What kind of
This
car
wa-
was it?
2017 Porsche
Give her
Boxster.
all of them, Kim.
Okay. Do you want her damage also?
First, let me see yours.
Okay.
Did you both get out of your car?
Yes, we did.
Show me where you were when you both got out of the car.
Right in the same area here.
So she stopped.
Yes, she did. And then as she did so, she said, I have a microfiber cloth in my car.
Well, first she stopped.
Okay.
Didn't say anything. She stopped, she got out of the car.
She apologized profusely.
What did she say?
She said, I'm so sorry. I tried not to hit you and I swerved, but I didn't make it.
Her son was traveling with her in the car. Where was he? In the passenger seat in the front or in the back?
I believe so, in the front seat.
You believe so?
Yes.
Were you in the front seat?
Yes.
Did you exchange information?
We exchanged phone numbers.
Not insurance information.
Not at that time. We exchanged phone numbers. She texted her phone number to me there on the scene. And for some unknown reason, one of the phone numbers she gave me for her home was a Minnesota phone number, and I don't know why.
Did she give you a working phone number?
Yes, the cell number. She texted it to me as I stood there, and I have the text with me.
I'd like to see it.
And the whole time that she had stopped, her son kept saying, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm so sorry, Mom, about 3 times. She never gave me her license or any type of address. I had to go seek that out for myself.
Well, you asked her for your insurance registration card.
And she never gave it to me.
Why not?
I gave my insurance card.
No,
When?
your number.
Shh, shh.
I have the complete text exchange between
May I
us.
see it?
No license.
Shh. Did you tell your insurance company that you didn't hit her car?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because we came close, but I did not.
That's
have-
baloney.
I did
That's
not-
baloney. It's baloney because you wouldn't have gotten out of your car if you didn't hit her.
We
You
stopped.
wouldn't gotten out of your car if you didn't hit her. So my question to you, I'm going to repeat it again. Why did you tell your insurance company that you didn't hit her?
I told my insurance company that I did not feel an impact. We were
Okay.
very close, and I rolled down my window, and she was right there.
That's not true. How could you lie? Is that what you want to teach him? How to lie? Is that what you want to teach your son? How to
No,
lie?
Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's what you're doing. Because your son was in the car, he knows that you hit her. So if what you want to do is teach him how to grow up to be a liar, you're doing a good job.
That is not what I want to do.
Well, then you want to tell me why you told your insurance company that there was no accident.
Because, do you want me to go?
No, I want you to tell me. You and I both know that there was an accident. We both know it because everything she told me was true. That you got out of the car, that you said, I'm so sorry, I tried to avoid you.
I did not say that.
Tell me what you said.
We,
Just a second. Just remember who you're telling the story to and who was there and heard you. Just remember.
okay.
Great.
I made the turn.
You
I-
went through a stop sign. She had the right of way.
Yes, she did. And it was very clear. I could see around the corner there was no car coming.
Well, there was a car coming.
Well, it was not.
There was a car coming because her car was coming.
Okay.
So you didn't see it. Maybe you were distracted. Maybe you were having an argument with your son. Maybe you were having a heated discussion with your son. Whatever it was, you blew a stop sign. You blew the stop sign.
I did not blow the stop sign.
Well, you did because you hit her. She had the right of way. And if you came in close contact with her, or if you swerved to avoid her, then you still blew a stop sign.
I did not blow the stop sign. I come out of this neighborhood every day because I live there.
Who cares?
And I have to be very careful because sometimes
don't tell me
people
shoulda,
blow.
woulda, coulda. We're talking about June 27th, 2017. Make sure you're careful, because otherwise you brought him here. I'll ask him questions. Do you understand? No, I didn't ask you to do anything yet.
I made the turn and I was going and I saw a car speeding from my left side.
Yeah, just a minute.
And-
Just to make sure you realize who you're telling me this story in front of.
And I stopped and I didn't feel anything or hear anything. And so I was relieved. I rolled down my window and she said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I got out of my car and she backed up and she goes, "Look at the scratch on my car." And then she looks at my car and she said, "And there's no damage to your car." She said, "My husband is going to kill me."
What kind of car were you driving?
A Tesla Model X.
Yes. Go ahead.
And so I said, "Well, I have a microfiber cloth in my car. Do you want me to try to wipe your scratch?" And she said, "Sure." So I did that.
Just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that a lady, for no reason, would say, "Let me go in my car," when there was no contact between your car and hers, and get a cloth and try to polish out a scratch? You telling me that you want me to believe that? That you did that?
Well, I was.
No way in the world. I didn't make that spot on the floor, but let me get down and let me wash the floor. Let me try to get the spot out of the floor, even though I had nothing to do with it. You trying to tell me that a lady like you try to buff out a scratch on her car that she didn't cause? Do you understand where I'm going?
I understand where you're going.
Great.
So we got out. We both took pictures. And she wanted to file a claim, so I gave her my information and the insurance.
Why in the world would you give her your information, madam, if there had been no contact with the car?
Because I didn't want to have an argument with her. I figured the insurance company could deal with it.
If you told the insurance company that there was no accident, the insurance company said, our insurance said there was no contact between...
Well, no, they investigated it. And I have the pictures from the insurance company of both cars.
Would you like to see a picture of her wheel?
I would love to see the full report of your insurance company. I want to see if you said to them there was no contact with the car.
I have the pictures.
I want to see if you told the insurance company that there was no contact with her car. I want to see if you told the insurance company that there was no contact with her car.
I don't have a report from the insurance
Then
company.
I'm not interested. Can I see a bill to fix your car, please?
I do have a letter from the insurance
I don't
company.
read letters from insurance companies.
I have 2 estimates.
You have the final
And
bill
I-
there, Kim.
Just a second, just give me the 2 estimates, please. Not a good example, Miss Ramsdale.
And here's a picture of her wheel and the fact that the wheel is
Just,
tainted.
would you just do me a favor and give me an estimate? That's what I asked for. I didn't ask for all
Give her
those
the
documents. I asked you for the estimates.
I'm sorry.
Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $13.15. We're done. Your lawsuit is, so you did no work in the house. At some point, you say you were notified, and you must have reports to show me, that there was stuff going on in the house that caused your neighbors to call the police, and the police came. There was domestic violence. When you finally heard about it, you went and you found that the whole property looked like a trash house. She had vehicles parked in the front. She had a trailer in the back, in the backyard where some other people were living.
Correct.
What kind of trailer?
I wasn't there when the trailer was there
Well, how do you know there was a trailer there?
because of his paperwork. It was there at one point in time, but
So there was a trailer. Well, and let's get it straight.
Yes, there was a
Because either
trailer.
he has pictures.
yes, there was a
I
trailer.
mean, you can make up things. You can make up things, you know, like you're the Wicked Witch of the North, or you're like the Good Witch from the East, or whatever it is. But for him to say had a trailer parked in the yard, that's not something
It wasn't
that he makes up.
mine. It was something to do with him and the people that were back there.
Who?
Gary.
You mean he had tenants living back there in a trailer?
He told them people they could put the trailer back there.
That's a lie,
Just-
Your Honor.
Hey, listen, I find a lot about you suspect. Just from the foot to foot, I find a lot about you suspect. Did you move the trailer back there?
I did not know.
Do you know who did?
I know who put the trailer back there, yes.
Who did?
Renee and Tyler.
Who is that?
It's a mutual friend of all of ours.
What was your relationship with the guy who was living in this house, his business partner?
We were just friends. His daughter also lived there too in the beginning. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I was downstairs, Fred and his daughter were upstairs.
Who lived in the trailer?
Nobody lived in the trailer. The trailer was just parked there.
Now, at some point you moved to evict Miss Warburg. Tell me when you moved to evict her, and first tell me when, and then I'd like to see the paperwork indicating why, and the
That
documentation
was
to support.
September 12th, 2016.
Okay, tell me why.
Why? I got a call from officer of the Brooklyn Park Police Department.
I'd like to see the report.
Okay. Here's the eviction notice,
No. First, I want to see the
All right.
police report.
police reports.
And
These
then?
are for abatements, and these are from the Brooklyn Park Police.
Okay, good. Who's Kathleen Marie?
It's my friend.
And Pixley was your boyfriend?
Yes,
And you had an argument with him on July 19th?
I did.
And you wanted him out of the house?
Right.
So you told your friend who was staying with you to call the police and get him
She
out of...
wasn't staying with me. She was there. I was at the cemetery.
No, I understand, but she had been there for a couple of days, according to the police report.
She'd spent the night. Yes,
And you told her to call the police to have them get him out of there.
yes.
Okay, so he didn't want to leave. You came back from the cemetery on July 19th, and then you had another fight with him, and the police came back to the house on
Yes.
that date. Okay, and he was off his meds, is that
Right.
correct? And he did some damage inside the house.
No, he spit on the floor. Mm-hmm. He didn't break anything.
According to the police report, he
I'm not talking to you yet. And your daughter had gotten into a verbal argument with the same boyfriend back in May?
No, that was her boyfriend.
Oh, that's a different person.
Right.
Your daughter has a drug problem?
Yes, she does.
Boyfriend too?
No.
He
No.
does not?
No, he does not. He's clean and sober.
Your Honor, I have evidence that he OD'd.
That was my boyfriend.
We're talking about her daughter's boyfriend. Kathleen is the same person.
Right.
She also called the police on the 19th?
That's the same
Same
day.
day. Then again on July 23rd?
I believe that was Julie had called the police that day. Mm-hmm. And that was about Mariah's boyfriend. And he had showed
Was your
up there.
daughter's boyfriend staying at the house?
No, he was not. Not at
But
that
your
time.
daughter was?
No, my daughter wasn't either. I had custody of their kids at that time.
Her kids?
Mariah's, my daughter's children, my grandchildren,
How old are they?
2 and 5.
You have them through the foster care system?
I did.
So what was she doing in the house?
She wasn't there.
She was in your house.
What date was that?
Whatever date it was, what was she doing in the house?
No, in the beginning she was allowed there. It was after she didn't show up to court, and I believe that was in July or August. It was in August, and then she wasn't allowed there. But they were allowed to see the kids. Both her and Philip were. Philip's got custody of the children now.
Who does?
The father, the dad. He got them back. He did everything he had to.
Who's Renee Curtis?
She's one of the ones that put the trailer in the backyard.
And Tyler is her boyfriend?
Yes.
And he was also in the trailer?
He wasn't there that time.
But
no.
he had been in the trailer?
He had been, yeah.
So based on these reports, you moved to evict her?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I would too.
Anybody would.
You don't have to help me. I would too. Ms. Pickrell, you rented a room in an apartment that was either owned or rented by the defendants. And it is your claim that it didn't work out, but it didn't work out in a sort of uncross your arms. It didn't work out in an almost unseemly way. And you were told to leave the apartment. You had already paid your rent for the month of May. Were the authorities called?
Yes, the authorities were called on the 23rd until
of May
until the 27th of May. Every day until I was forced out of the residence.
Okay. And what you want is you want your rent back because you had already paid June's rent?
Yes, correct.
And what was the rent they were charging you for the room?
$650 for the room.
When had you moved in? In what month?
I moved in March 1st, 2015.
So March was okay?
Yes, March was fine.
And then you moved your boyfriend in?
Yes, he is staying there.
But with their permission, they charged him an extra $100 a month for increased utilities.
Yes.
When did you move your boyfriend in?
He moved in towards the middle of March, and
then they accepted your rent for April.
yes.
Is it correct that you accepted her rent for April?
Yes.
That's either a yes or a no.
No.
He says yes, you say no. You want to discuss it with each other?
Because she has the dates wrong. She moved in April, not March.
Could you please answer my question? Did she pay April's rent?
Yes.
Yes, she paid the first rent.
Did you?
That's the month she moved in.
I'm only going to listen to one of you.
Okay.
Who's going to tell me the truth? Figure it out.
Lorna, if you're getting the dates wrong, you can say yes.
She paid April's rent, which you accepted, $650.
Yes.
And she paid May's rent,
Yes.
$650.
Yes.
And did she pay April's rent by check or cash?
Check.
And did she pay May's rent by check or cash?
Check.
Check. And did she pay June's rent?
No.
You have check to show me for June?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
It was not a rent for the month. It was a deposit, security deposit. I clearly explained that to her from the beginning.
I don't care what you explained. I want to see the check.
Okay.
I have all three right here, Your Honor.
May I see them, please?
This does state that it was last month. I gave it.
Can I just see what you have? Perfect. Well, April 3rd, you have $500 for rent. Okay, then it went up to $650. Is that because the boyfriend moved in?
That's because I gave her the $150 in cash. I only have the check for the $500 for the last month.
Okay. So you have March 31st, and March 31st was for
April.
April?
Yes.
And then I have April 3rd. Why would you pay her March 31st and then April 3rd?
That was a security deposit.
I'm sorry.
It's because she wanted an additional $650 for her last month's rent in case anything was to come up, and that's that check.
Or for security. Doesn't
Yes.
make any difference. Perfect. And then I have on May 1st, but what I don't have is June. Where is June?
June is right.
You could either have June or you can have this as security deposit. Which was it? It can't be June.
Security deposit was not $650. She added $150, and that's what I did give her in cash. That's
fine.
rent.
But so you did not pay June's rent.
I did, and I wrote last month's. In the memo, I wrote last month.
Either you paid security or you paid last month's rent.
I paid last month's rent.
Okay, fine. You paid last month's rent when you first moved in. Is that what you're telling me? Is that how you evaluated it? That you paid last month's rent when you first moved in? You paid no security deposit?
I paid last month's rent in the middle, and that was April 3rd, because she wanted to bring that up in the middle.
You can't have it both ways. Either you paid last month's rent or you paid security deposit. Which one was it?
Last month's rent.
Fine. So there's no security deposit. Now, and you moved out in May. So you want your 1 month's rent back, which is $650.
Correct.
There's a claim here for filing a false restraining order against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you all went to mediation with regard to that. Am I also correct?
Yes.
And you resolved that case with a mediator. Is that also correct?
Yes.
So I'm not entertaining that unless they filed another restraining order against you. Did they?
No.
So that case is resolved. The next part of the case that I'm going to entertain is your property. Now, when you moved in, what property did you move in with?
I moved in a queen-size bed.
Okay.
Also-
Where is her bed?
Moved everything out.
She took it with her.
She took it with her.
everything with her.
How did she take it with her?
She was moving
had-
out for 2 days.
She had 2 days. She took
That's
2
not
days to
correct,
move all her
Your
stuff
Honor.
out.
Okay.
He helped her.
Which
I even
two-
helped her.
I have a video of them forcing me out, Your Honor, if I could play it.
Yeah, after her sister barged in her apartment
Absolutely. I would like to see
and
it.
broke everything and beat him up.
Just a second. Listen to me. I don't see a counterclaim here. I'm going to look at the video. He says he helped her move. Just a second. Tell me on what date this video was taken.
This was May 27th, and this was around 8:30 p.m.
On what date do you claim you helped her move her stuff out? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. On what date do you claim you move her things out? What date?
I don't remember exactly.
I want you to
the
remember
dates.
exactly. We're not talking about something that happened 20 years ago. On what date did you help her move her things out?
It was a
It was
year ago.
Last year. It was
Remember the day of the week, Marnie. Remember the day of the week.
was
Remember
a
what
Tuesday.
happened exactly.
It was a Tuesday.
Okay, let's see.
Your Honor, I do have a receipt here. The police advised me to purchase a new doorknob with a lock.
Don't tell me what the police advised you. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, shortly after that you moved out. Did you move out that day?
That night, I was physically forced out.
Okay. Did you ever go back to the apartment?
I went back on May 29th with a police escort to retrieve my belongings, and they served me with a temporary restraining order and said the room was empty.
Okay, fine. Very good. Uncross your arms.
I'm not feeling good.
Okay, then you can sit down. On what day were you served a protective order?
It was like the following day after she left.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with
Yeah,
her on the
she
20?
came- Yeah, she came. Sorry.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with her?
Yes.
Do you remember the police going through the apartment and her room?
Yeah, they went in.
Easy to verify with the precinct. Was it before the police came or after the police left or while they were there that you helped her move out her bed? Look at me.
It was before.
It was before. So
Yeah,
it was,
it was 2 days.
so it was between the 27th when that scuffle went on and she left the apartment and the 29th. So it had to be the 28th.
Yes.
It had to be the 28th that you say you were helpful with her and helped her move her property out. I just want to understand that that's what you're telling me. It's a good thing she sat down.
Yeah.
She would have been falling down. You see, if she was standing up next to you, then maybe you would have some support. So let me see what you want me to believe. You want me to believe that you had this sort of scuffle with her, that you filed a protective order against her because of this,
Yes.
so that she could not come back to the residence. But the next day, she came back to the residence on the 28th.
No, I'm sorry.
Stop. No. Sit. No.
You have
Sit.
not let us
Did you hear what I said? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm sorry,
Out.
but you're not letting us
Out.
talk. This
Out.
is not even
Out.
what happened.
Out.
You got all the
Out.
You have
Out.
all the
Out.
dates
Out.
wrong, everything
Out.
wrong.
Out. You want to sit down and be quiet?
Okay, believe whatever
Good.
you want.
Perfect. Now, your answer, I'm not even dealing with her complaint. Your answer talks about all the dates, those 27th, 28th. So you want me to believe that after this kerfuffle, which occurred on the 27th of May, and the police came back on the 29th, I assume that you have a report that they went with you?
Yes.
May I see it? That in between those 2 days, you, being the nice guy that you are, helped her move her furniture out of the room.
28th.
That's what you want me to believe.
Yes. I helped her move her stuff. I never threw any of her stuff away.
You may not have. Now, Mr. Torres, whether the $650 was the last month's rent, which was June, or security deposit, you do not have a counterclaim, which means that there is no claim made by you that there was any damage caused by her to the house, to the apartment.
Yeah, we do. We got the evidence right here.
Just a second.
We got all the pictures.
Just a second. Hand down. I don't have a counterclaim, sir. I don't care what you have there There is no counterclaim here for damage.
Well, what is a counterclaim?
We just wanted her out. We didn't want nothing
Listen
to do
to
with
me.
her.
We don't ever
anymore.
see her again.
We just
Would you
wanted
put her
her out.
please?
Sure.
Can I just
Put her
ask for
out.
5 minutes?
Put her out.
2 minutes.
Put her out.
Want to say,
Put her out.
explain her
Put her
story
out.
for 2 minutes because I
Ma'am.
feel like you're
Out.
manipulating.
Out.
You're manipulating
Out.
the situation
Miss.
with your questions.
Miss,
Out.
Come this way.
This is ridiculous.
You have no counterclaim for any damage, which you would have had to have served her to say she's not due back the $650, which we're claiming a security deposit because she caused damage to her room that we are going to be responsible for. You did not file that against her. Therefore, she's entitled to her rent/security deposit back because she lived there a certain amount of months.
She never
And
signed anything though. We had a verbal agreement where she had a cat that she didn't even have a pet deposit for.
Mr. Torres, listen to me carefully, sir. Counterclaim.
We taking it out of her security.
You did not take it out of her security deposit because no court said you could take it out of her security deposit. That's what we're here for. And since you didn't file a counterclaim, she's entitled to her $650 back. Now the only thing that I have to determine is whether I believe she got all of her property back.
Your Honor.
What?
I do have a receipt that shows at 3:22 on May 27th, I purchased a whole new doorknob and lock.
I
So
don't care.
locked my
I
property
told you
in.
before I don't care about the doorknob and lock. All I care about is the furniture. Now the question is, when you went to mediation on the protective order, did the mediator discuss your furniture?
No, they did not discuss my furniture.
Why?
They said I should proceed with that in small claims court.
With regard to your furniture?
Yes, with my property.
Furniture. All I'm interested in is furniture.
Furniture, yes.
You left, your sister was there, there were certain things that were packed in her car. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I care. Your sister came over
Yes.
that night and packed things in her car, but she didn't
Wait,
pack
yeah.
your bed in your car.
No.
Now, did you get your bed back?
No, I did not.
What other furniture didn't you get back?
It was my bed. I had this little desk, and also it wasn't furniture. The rest was just clothing and bathroom
Just the
belongings.
bed and the desk.
Yes.
Where'd you get the bed from?
I got the bed from a family friend. She gave me a bed, so I don't have a
And
receipt.
fine, and the desk?
A family friend, too.
Great. Okay, you owe us $650. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You had a sister. Your sister lived in California. You and your wife lived in Florida. Your sister became ill, and she was diagnosed with cancer. You and your wife relocated from Florida. Are you retired?
No, not retired.
Did you get a new job in California?
My wife is a contractor, so we move around quite a bit.
So you came to California and you had another project
Correct.
in California. Okay. And how long was that project for?
It's ongoing still.
So you moved to California because you had a new project.
Correct.
Okay, well, then this is sort of misleading, Mr. Riley. I'll get to the whole thing. This is probably going to be more interesting than I even thought it was going to be. This is a situation, your sister was sick in California. You came to California. You led me to believe in your complaint that you and your wife gave up your life in Florida to come to California to minister to your ill sister. That's what I get from. That's what I got from your complaint.
Very much
now
true.
it appears that you have a contracting job, and even though your sister is no longer with us, that contracting job is ongoing because that's what you and your wife do. So it was probably a combination of both things. In any event, you came to California with your wife for a job, which you're still doing, and you're still living in California.
Yes.
Still living in California,
Still in
even though
California.
your sister's not here anymore.
Correct.
Right.
We're from California originally.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
I was just misled by the complaint. Maybe it was my own silly misreading
I'd
of
love to
it.
clarify if I could.
They saw
But
work here.
I didn't ask you a question.
Sorry, Your Honor.
In any event, your sister was here. She came to live with you for a while. She was ill. She was getting treatment while you were in California. And you are her closest living relative.
Yes.
Closest biological living relative.
No. Physically close, yes. Biologically, we have 6 siblings.
Oh, but she didn't live with any of the other
No,
siblings.
she lived by herself until she lived with us.
She was a single lady,
Correct.
no children.
Never married, no kids.
And the defendant is her cousin.
Correct.
So you took care of her, drove her to her doctor's appointments, did whatever had to be done. Sister
For
passes.
months, I may add. For months. Years.
Months, years,
Just so you know.
whatever. For months. You did all of those things, and your sister unfortunately succumbed to cancer. She passed away, and when her will was read, to your surprise, you were not made beneficiary of any part of the estate. Her entire estate went to her cousin, Miss Wells, as the beneficiary, but your sister did a double whammy. She made you the trustee.
Correct.
Okay, and that, I assume, Mr. Riley, if you and I are being honest with each other, was both irritating to you and probably to your wife, who was very anxious to talk to me before.
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
It wasn't irritating.
It was irritating, but not for the reasons you say. It was not monetarily driven. I care for my sister.
I understand.
It was a surprise. It's always just
It was
a surprise.
It was a surprise. In any event, there was ongoing acrimony between you and Miss Wells. That is clear from both your complaint and her answer. But this is what your complaint is about, because it's the only thing that your complaint can be about. You ultimately turned over the trust to Miss Wells because you didn't want to be involved in it anymore.
No, not
There
true.
had been-
Not true. She didn't like the way I was handling the trust, and she
Right. She
stripped
didn't
me of my
like as
trustee duties.
beneficiary the way you were handling the trust. And she said in her mind you were dissipating the trust. And since she was the beneficiary of the trust and a together person, she said, I can take care of this myself and I'll spend the money differently.
With 3 different attorneys, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
6 months.
Doesn't matter.
That's me.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do you see? What you're doing now is demonstrating just how irritated you
I'm
still
sorry.
are.
I get emotional about my sister's death still. I'm sorry.
Well, this isn't about your sister's death. This is about money.
Okay.
If you were emotional about your sister's death, then you would have said, you know, my sister died. She knew how she felt. It was her money. She felt, for whatever reason, either close to Miss Wells or she felt that Miss Wells needed the money more than you did, that you and your wife were doing okay. For whatever reason, it was her money. That's what she decided to do with it. So
Absolutely.
when people pass away, whether it be a parent or a grandparent or whatever, and you as a relative don't think that you're getting the appropriate love from the deceased by way of monetary reward, it's irritating. Happens all the time. And you're not unusual for that.
But
this is what you're not unusual for that. But this is what your case is about.
It's not.
After
Sorry.
Miss Wells took over the trust and finally got into the condo that was very much in dispute, she found that there were certain things missing from the condo. And as a result of that, she notified the insurance company because evidently your sister had homeowners insurance. She found laptop missing. She found someone had purposely damaged a sleep member bed.
I really want to speak to that if you let me.
Just a second. No. Whatever it is, she found certain things missing in her mind. And she made a complaint to the insurance company, filed a claim with the insurance company, who did it, as they have to, an investigation before they pay out a complaint. And when you call the adjuster who was going to examine your complaint, what she did, and I assume she did make a police report.
Yes, indeed. Name me as culprit.
Okay. Can I see a copy of that police report?
No, because I don't have a copy. Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy.
May I see it?
You were denied a copy?
I was denied a copy because I was the culprit.
Put her out. She's annoying me. She doesn't learn. Not a free-for-all. It's an out.
Come on.
Oh, I beg
It's
your
an
pardon.
outie.
Pardon me. Thank you.
No, you can stay.
Thank you. Sorry, Your Honor.
Forgive me, Your Honor. It's very difficult to find, but I do have it. Here it is.
Give it to Officer Byrd, please.
May I ask what date that was filed?
Okay. So what she says in this Sheriff's Department report, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what it says.
I appreciate that.
It says she inherited the apartment from her cousin who passed away. Prior to moving in, she says where she lived, and she had seen photos of the apartment, she the defendant, and its contents, and through email exchanges prior to her cousin's passing away. On May 26, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment.
Sorry, when?
She looked around on May 26, 2016.
Your Honor,
That's what
may I
it-
correct that? I didn't move
Just,
there. I was only
I'm reading,
walking.
listen to me, don't correct anything. I'm reading to him what the police report says.
Yes.
If it said something and it wasn't accurate, you should have corrected it at the time.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
On May 26th, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment. She looked around and inventoried the items in the apartment. She saw items were missing from the apartment that she had previously seen in photos. She believes another cousin of hers, Thomas Riley, who had access to the apartment prior to Anna's arrival, entered and damaged the mattress on the bed by cutting out a portion of it with an unknown object.
She's lying.
She also believes he took various other items from the apartment. She does not know for certain if Thomas took the items or damaged the mattress, but she stated she was in a battle with Thomas over being appointed trustee of her cousin's estate. Anna did not desire prosecution and did not want Thomas contacted over the matter. She stated Thomas is emotionally unstable and did not want to aggravate him.
Right.
Anna wanted the matter documented for insurance purposes.
If I may.
Shh. You don't have to. I'm formulating a picture. Do you understand?
I understand.
And as very often happens in a legal landscape, the landscape is changing, Mr. Riley.
True.
And it's changing in your favor, sir.
Okay.
Now you got a windfall. You inherited this apartment and whatever money was left in the estate, if there was any. If it had happened to me, I wouldn't have looked at draperies, 2 sets, 92 inches, $650. Sleep number bed, king size, model 1, $6,000. Moen brand shower heads, $2,000. A Galaxy Pro Tab. Dishes, $350. Bissell Pro Heat Steam for the floor. White bleach cruiser bicycle. A purse for $1,000. How much in total did you get from the insurance company?
$16,000, Your Honor. I have...
Just a second. $16,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
None of which, actually, you paid for.
Correct. Yes.
All of which your cousin paid for.
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct. And the single most expensive item was a sleep number bed.
Correct.
And you gained access to the apartment in May of 2016. I said gained access to the apartment. That's what it says in the police report. It says Anna moved to the apartment.
Your Honor, was the first time I was ever at the apartment.
June?
June 24th.
June 24th. This is my problem with you. Yeah.
Yes.
You're getting ready for the problem.
No, I can explain.
No, you can't. There is no way you can explain it to me. Because if I came in and I found all of those things missing and found the $6,000 bed destroyed, I would have made a police report that day.
Your Honor,
Just a second. I would have made a police report that day. You made a police report 2 months later and were very, very clear that you were making the police report for insurance purposes only. Made it very clear to the police.
Your Honor, I can explain the dates. I didn't understand that I had to make the report from that location. I left because I had appointments and I was working full-time.
How old are you?
Well, hate to say,
listen,
I'm old enough. I'm old enough.
Nothing that you can say to me, Zippo, that you can say to me after being involved with him for an extended period of time in a contentious situation, that if you walked into the apartment and you found somebody had taken a knife to a $6,000 bed, that you wouldn't have called the police right away. Right away.
I called my attorney. Actually, I was on the phone with my attorney, and she told me.
Don't tell me what she told you. Listen to me. I'm not interested in what she told you. That's hearsay. There is no way that you would not have made a police report. Now, what is his case about? His case is about the following. As a result of you making this statement, and in order to clear his name with the insurance company, because the insurance company paid you.
Yes.
You wanted to collect from me.
That's why you hired the attorney. I understand. I said the landscape is changing. The landscape is changing. Do you understand?
I do. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, the insurance company told me to take my time in making the report.
Just a second. Don't tell me what the insurance company told you. That's hearsay. Second, because I heard you, I don't believe you.
No, I had to investigate and get all of the pictures.
I don't believe you. Let's be clear.
Okay.
I don't believe you. So you paid $800 for legal fees. You have a copy of the bill.
I do.
I'd like to take a look
Your Honor,
at it.
I have pictures to show the
Speak not.
condo.
Speak not. Police report. The day you found it. Not interested in your pictures. Not interested in your request for $2,000 more
When I
for
called
the
the
deductible.
department.
Not interested.
Okay.
Did you sell the condo?
Yes, I had to.
Don't tell me had to. Did you sell the condo?
I sold the condo, yes.
Okay, let's see. You sold the condo for how much?
4075.
407.
The net was 120.
So you got 100. Shh.
Yes.
Don't speak. You got $120,000.
Yes. And I had and
just-
to that point, I had paid $75,000 in mortgage fees, HOA fees, late fees,
Great.
interest,
so you still are
insurance, utilities.
Hey, you're still $75,000 in the plus column.
Yes.
Plus $16,000 from insurance.
Yes.
I know exactly what happened. $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim is dismissed. We're done.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Campos, what do you do for a living?
I'm a lawyer,
Where?
San Antonio, Texas. Hope you don't use that against me.
No, I'm going to hold your lawsuit against you because it's stupid.
Well, to me, it's personal, and if you got a bad haircut, I'm sure you would be happy.
It's stupid. Your lawsuit's stupid. And I actually am surprised. I didn't know what you did for a living, so I'm actually surprised that you acknowledged that you were a lawyer. I would have thought that a lawyer had more respect for courts than to bring this kind of lawsuit, which I'm going to outline very briefly. You went to the defendant to have your hair cut. Whatever hair you have left, you wanted to have cut. And she cut your hair too short, so you're suing her for $5,000. Now, that's a ridiculous lawsuit. It's a ridiculous waste of judicial time. Only thing is, this is a television courtroom, so we actually have fun doing sometimes ridiculous cases, which I'm sure is the reason you came here.
Well, no, in America, we entitle different
Just a
opinions.
second. Listen to me. Mr. Campos, this is not an audition, and I've already got the job. Got it?
Got it.
Did you pay for the haircut?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay for the hair?
$10.
And when you paid the $10, she had already cut your hair.
Yes, she had shaved my head.
Just a second. She had already cut your hair.
Yes.
And when did you get this short haircut?
It was a couple of days before Christmas, about December 21st.
And right now we're 3 months later, and is this the usual length of your hair?
Yes, it is. Shaved my head.
Great. Now you're going to show me a picture of what your head looked like after the defendant cut your hair. Okay. She gave you a very short haircut. It's not shaven, but it's very, very short.
It wasn't a haircut, it was a shave.
Impossible. Did you use a razor on his head? No, of course not. That's not a razor.
And ma'am,
Sam Jackson's hair is cut with a razor.
No, ma'am.
No.
I didn't accuse her of using
Just
a razor.
listen
I
to
did
me.
an electric shaver is what she used.
Right. That's fine.
Your Honor.
Okay, just a second. Okay. Not necessary. And it took probably about 3 weeks for your hair to grow out.
Your opinion, I don't know, maybe a month.
Whatever. It took a month for your hair to grow out. And were you working during that time, Mr. Campos?
No,
That's just a second. Were you working? That's a yes or a no during that month.
Well, I'm self-employed, so some
Just
days
a
I work,
second.
some days I don't. Yes,
So
I was working.
The answer you were working, and you didn't work over the Christmas holidays.
I wasn't
you
claiming
probably-
lost wages.
Mr. Campos, it's not an audition, sir.
I'm not
I don't think you're
auditioning, I'm
cute.
just
I don't
responding
think-
to what you
I don't
say.
think you're cute.
I'm not trying to be cute.
Great.
You're
Good.
trying to be cute.
Good.
You are cute.
Mr. Campos, you are absolutely correct. That's why I have the job, and you get $10, and that's the judgment of the court. Goodbye.
You don't
We're
want to hear
done.
the facts?
We're done. Ms. Griffin, it is your claim that the defendant who you had hired on several occasions to do hair straightening for you straightened your hair the last time, and as a result of straightening your hair, you lost some hair, and you want to be compensated for that to the tune of $5,000. She says that she used the same product on you each of the 3 times you came to her salon, that the reason, in all probability, that you suffered hair loss is that you had your hair braided in between the second and third treatment that you had. And she has indicated that she has proof that you had hair braiding done between those 2 times, probably why you suffered hair loss. I assume that neither of you have a doctor or an expert here. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, the first time you went to the defendant's salon was on what date to have hair straightened?
Approximately June the 23rd.
Of what year?
2016.
And when was the second time?
August 17th.
How long have you been going to her salon?
Since June of 20.
In June of 2016, was that the first time you had had your hair straightened?
Approximately for 3 years prior to that.
So you had had your hair straightened 3 years before?
Yes.
At what salon?
Her salon.
How many times?
Maybe 10.
And then you stopped for 3 years?
Yes.
Why?
Her prices were high, and I wanted to go natural.
But then you went back?
Yes.
Because for the 10 times she had done it, you were satisfied?
Yes.
When was the third time you had it done?
Approximately October the 20th.
Between June 21st and October 20th, did you have your hair braided?
No.
Did you have any other process done to your hair?
Shampoo and wash only.
Where?
At Plaza Salon.
When was that?
Approximately September the 4th, I did the first roller set.
So it wasn't just a shampoo. You had your hair set
with rollers.
Shampooed and set. Mm-hmm. And when was the next time you had your hair shampooed and set at the Plaza Salon?
Approximately November the 5th.
And when for the first time did you complain to the defendant that you were having trouble with hair loss? On what date?
Approximately December the 18th to the 20th, somewhere around there of 2016.
So let me understand this. You had your hair relaxed for the third and final time.
Yes.
October 20th, October to November, November to December. So 2 months later was the first time that you complained to her that you were having hair loss problems.
That's when I called her because of the way. Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
And in between that time, you went to another salon.
Early part of November.
Did you go back, just for my own curiosity, did you go back to the other salon after November 5th?
No.
Why not?
I usually go to the salon when I have something major going on. I had a baby shower that weekend. That's why I went and got the roller set. After that, I didn't have any major engagements to go to. So I put it in a ponytail, and that's how I wore it for up until I started coming out really bad. I couldn't tell how it was coming out because it was in a ponytail. And when I combed it, I could just see hair coming out.
What else do you have to tell me?
That the product that she used, she stated I only had to have a relaxer every 2 months. But the last relaxer in October that she gave me was different. The way she put it in my hair, she kept combing it, asking me, was it burning? And she never did that the prior 2 times. And the hair started coming out because I needed to have a relaxer before the 2 months. I needed it within 4 to 6 weeks, not the 2 months, because it was different.
You have no case. You have no case.
Okay.
This is what I'm getting. You went to the defendant 10 times, and you were satisfied. Then you stopped. You didn't go back for 3 years. Then you went back in June. You were perfectly satisfied. You went back in August. You were perfectly satisfied. You went back in October. You were perfectly satisfied. In between those dates, you went to another salon and had other work done on your hair.
No chemicals.
Yep. I don't care whether they were chemicals or not, but for 2 months, 2 months. I mean, if you were talking about, and I have never had my hair relaxed. I never had any reason to do that. But I know what having a perm is, because we used to get those as kids. We used to give each other perms, and there were times when I got them. So that's a chemical that you put on your hair, very similar to a relaxer. It just goes the other way. One makes it curly, one makes it straight. If your hair gets burnt and your scalp gets burnt, you know it right away, not 2 months later. Somebody puts something on your scalp to relax your hair or to curl your hair, and it burns. You know it burns right away. The same way color burns. If someone puts color on your hair and you're allergic to that color, you're going to know it right away, not 2 months later. Unless you have an expert witness to testify that it could take 2 months to show hair loss from a chemical burn. That's what we're talking about.
It didn't take 2 months. It took that for all of my hair to come out. It was coming out as the time went on.
It took 2 months because that's the first time you called her. And she would have to be a psychic to know that you were having hair trouble before you called her. To me, if I went in to have a perm or color and my hair was burned, I would call the next day and I would say, gee, my scalp is burning, it's itching, it's on fire, something is wrong that you put on my hair. But you didn't have any of that, and you went and had your hair shampooed and rollered without any complaint. So you have no case. Now, on the flip side of that, you have a counterclaim.
I do.
And I'd like to see what the counterclaim is. You say that she slandered your business.
She's been slandering me. I am a master educator, stylist, also.
I want to see physically what you are complaining about.
Okay. Well,
what
here's
she
a letter
said
from PBS. She's just going around the city.
Well, I don't.
It stopped sales and business.
Well, I don't know that. And you have no evidence of any. I just would like to see it. What is this?
Well, he is the owner of the salon, so when he got the information...
Listen to me.
From other...
This is hearsay. It's not admissible. You want to show me slander? You show me something that she wrote, someplace that she published something that was untrue about you. I'll be more than happy to see it.
She blocked me from her Facebook.
Well, then I can't help you, Miss Childers.
Well, that's it. She's been slandering my name. I don't
know
have
that.
I know. I understand what you're saying.
You know, just because you say it doesn't make it true. Just because she says that
So
you
can
burned
hear
her,
from
it
any
doesn't
third
make
party?
it true. What? Tell me your name.
Marie Adams.
Miss Adams, how do you know her?
I've been getting my hair done by Cola since 2006.
Okay. And do you know Miss Griffin?
No, I don't.
Have you ever met her before today?
No, I haven't.
What is she going to testify to? She's never met her and she doesn't know her.
It's all over that Diane...
We're done. You need proof. You need a witness that heard her say something. You need something that she published for people to read. This is hearsay. This is from somebody who you could have brought instead of her, right?
It couldn't come.
I guess so. Okay, we're done. Thank you. You have no case against her, madam, because you have no proof that anything that she did to you caused your hair loss. None. And she doesn't have any proof of slander, although in all probability you've been going around telling people that your hair came out because of something she did, but she had no proof of that. Okay, wait. Thank you. Now, when you lived together for these 18 months, when he moved in, how old was the child that you have together?
She was not born yet. She was born.
So you conceived that child during the 18-month period?
That is correct.
Which means that you lived together as a couple.
Correct.
I'm not interested in his piece of the rent. Do you understand? Do we have anything else? Late fees for what?
It was a debit card that I had that was blocked, and I had to have it reordered due to the fact that someone was calling in using my information, including my PIN number.
What month?
The later month of July, early August.
That was after you had already broken up?
Yes.
Okay, did you do that?
No, ma'am.
So you didn't use her credit card after the two of you split up?
No, I had no access to it.
Okay, prove it to me, Ms. Hazel. Prove to me that he used your credit card, your debit card, after the two of you broke up. I don't care what happened before. You were living as a family. After you broke up, after July.
After July, the only thing that I have is showing that my particular debit card was compromised.
I need proof that he did it. He says he didn't.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so you have no case. So your case is dismissed. Now he has a counterclaim. He has a counterclaim for an unpaid loan. Now let's deal with an unpaid loan. This is what I'm getting from your papers, Mr. Holliday.
Yes, ma'am.
Of an unpaid loan. You borrowed money from your aunt.
Yes, ma'am.
And gave that money to the plaintiff because there were outstanding bills.
Well, it was at the time that when they was going to court because the landlord was subleasing it out.
Listen to me. Was that while you were still living together?
No, ma'am.
It's not. You had already moved out.
No, it was actually on the tail end of it, right before she...
Just to answer my question, sir.
No, ma'am.
Were you still living together when you gave her the $1,000?
No, ma'am.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Then I want you to tell me about this $1,000. He's out of the house. You say, I kicked him out of the house in July.
Yes.
Okay. So?
Okay.
You gave her $1,000?
So, Your Honor, basically what was going on is I needed help. I just basically needed him to, I asked him to pray for me at first.
Just a second. You said in your complaint that you kicked him out of the house in July because you had enough of him, you had enough of, he finally got a job, they garnished his wages for child support because he had a child support order that he wasn't paying, so they garnished his wages. According to your complaint, I'm going to read it to you. When they became a source of conflict in our relationship, he wasn't contributing. I finally had enough and told him he needed to pay all the rent he owed me or get out. He accused me of cheating on him. That was the last straw. I kicked him out of the apartment.
Correct.
How come he gave you money?
Due to the fact that we have a daughter together, and he actually moved back in with his parents. So he couldn't help as far as making sure that our daughter had a shelter. So I'm the only one that could be able to provide our daughter with a shelter. So to help out with what was going on, he actually ended up giving me $1,000 in which I used towards the rent to be able to remain in the home that I'm currently living at.
Do you work?
I am an
The answer is
entrepreneur.
yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
In
July.
July. Tell me about it. That's your counterclaim.
Basically, she
Not
was
basically, I don't want
she
any
was telling me that far as with the landlord subleasing it out to her and the main landlord came up to an agreement where her and the kids can stay there. She didn't have the money at the time, so I borrowed the money from my aunt and made sure they had a roof over their head. No, I just wanted one. The one that I asked for. Because one of the TVs I bought was for her daughter.
Good. And
she just all of a sudden, she just stopped talking to me, period. Didn't want to socialize with me.
I don't want. Okay, now I got it. Okay, well, good. So you gave her $1,000. Pay your rent back. What's next? You want your 2 TVs back?
No, I just wanted one. The one that I asked for. Because one of the TVs I bought was for her daughter.
As a gift?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other one?
It was mine. It was in our room.
Who purchased it?
I did.
With what money?
When I was in a car accident.
What do you mean you were in a car?
I was in a car accident one day going to work, and my settlement ended up coming through when I was out of work. I ended up buying a television for the room.
Do you still have the television?
Yes, I do have that television. It's my television.
Good. Who paid for it?
Mr. Holliday paid for it.
Good. Within 5 days, you'll have an order that you can retrieve your TV. Are we finished here? Good. Thank you very much. We're done. Ms. Sonkrant, this used to be your boyfriend. It's not your boyfriend anymore. While he was your boyfriend, the two of you went on holiday together, decided to get matching tattoos. He didn't have any money. You laid out the money for his tattoo.
Yes.
Sometime way after that, he used your credit card to purchase furniture. So there was a loan for furniture for his apartment.
Yes.
He still hadn't paid you for the tattoo, right?
Correct.
Forget about the tattoo. Do you still have the tattoo?
Yes.
Do you still have the tattoo?
Yes, but it's covered.
But what?
It's covered.
It's covered with what?
Writing.
What did it say?
It was a K with the heart, like a king.
It's what?
K with the heart.
Oh, with K with a heart. Is that your name?
No, it was king and then mine was queen.
I really have to get my hearing checked. I swear. God, everybody better go to articulation classes.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, now, you moved into an apartment, you didn't have any furniture. And how did you get furniture?
Correct.
What did she say?
Ms. Sonkrant offered to get, she knew that I didn't have any furniture, so we went to the furniture store and she helped me pick it out, basically.
Okay, great. And do you remember how much it was?
Not off the top of my head, no.
But you were making payments on it.
Not really.
You never made any payments on it?
No.
Never?
No.
Really? When was it purchased? In what month?
I would say September-ish, yeah.
And it was bought on credit?
Yes.
How much was it?
It was $2,235.54.
What kind of work were you doing, Mr. Nichols?
Worked in a factory. I was a machine operator.
Still there?
No.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm currently looking for a job.
So you don't have a job?
No.
And what kind of furniture did she buy you?
It was a Serta mattress, king size, and the bed frame, and the TV.
And you have a new girlfriend?
Yes.
Do you watch the TV with your new girlfriend?
Yes.
And you sleep on the mattress and the frame?
Yes.
You think it's right that the plaintiff pay for that?
I mean, it was a gift.
It might have been. I'm just asking you if you think it's right that she pay for it. Now, Miss Sonkrant.
Yes.
When did you and Mr. Nichols break up?
In the beginning of December.
When was the first payment due on the furniture?
What would have been September, October 24th.
Who made that payment?
He made that payment.
Show me.
I only have the bills. I don't have it showing that he paid, but I have evidence of him saying that he was paying me.
I would like to see that.
All these.
Isn't it nice I got rid of the new girlfriend? Just in case you think I'm going to be exceedingly hard on him. I just want you to read some of these emails back and forth.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me whether, based upon these emails, you would buy U.S. savings bonds.
Do they still sell those?
If you have confidence in the country. You told her you were going to pay her for the furniture. Unfortunately, your choice of language was such that the camera operator here can't take a picture of it because you only know how to express yourself using 4-letter expletives.
I don't believe. What did I say that I paid her? I told her I was going to pay for it.
Would you show Shakespeare, please, the emails? In the emails is where you told her.
Yeah, man.
Now you see where you told her you were going to pay her?
Yes, I remember those conversations.
Good. $2,235. Judgment for the plaintiff. Good done. How old are you, Miss Telly?
19.
Do you work or go to school?
Both.
Where do you go to school?
Mesa Community College.
Full-time?
Part-time.
And what kind of work do you do?
I work at Starbucks.
Do you live at home or you have?
At home, yes.
And Miss Lewis, you have a daughter, and your daughter and Miss Tully were friends.
Yes, ma'am.
And they had been friends for a long time.
Couple of years.
And she had accompanied you on family vacations before?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
This would have been the fourth, so 3 prior to this trip.
And she always paid for her own airfare?
When we flew, correct. Minus one time. I did pay for it one time.
When did you pay for that?
I believe it was a trip to New York.
From where?
Chandler, Arizona. But we fly out of Phoenix Sky
So
Harbor.
it was a long flight.
Yes, ma'am.
Where else did you go with Miss Tully?
California, Your Honor, twice. And then
When you went to California, where did you stay?
Huntington Beach at a condo that I rented.
She paid her own airfare?
There was no airfare. We drove. And I did pay for the gas.
Yes, you have other children other than this daughter?
I do. I have a son.
And did he accompany you on the trip?
He did.
Ever have any difficulty with her before, with expense money, anything else that would have given you cause to pause about inviting
No.
her again?
No.
Okay. This case is about a trip that you all took, a family trip that you took to Hawaii, and Miss Tully was invited to go along. The arrangement was, according to you, that she would take care of her own airfare, which she did, correct? Did you book the tickets?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And you paid for the tickets on your credit card?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she gave you money in cash to cover her ticket?
Yes. Her mother and father did.
You rented a hotel while you were in Hawaii?
Condominium.
Condo. How many bedrooms?
1.
And where did Miss Tully and your daughter sleep?
On the pull-out couch.
So they slept together. So
Yes.
she didn't have her own room, so she...
As well as another friend.
So there was no additional expense?
Correct.
With that. And food, how was that covered?
She was supposed to cover her own food.
Okay. And you brought money with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money did you bring?
About $300.
How long were you going to be away for?
I believe it was 7 days, but we got stuck for an extra day, I believe.
Got stuck because of air?
There was something with the weather flying out of Los Angeles, so we couldn't fly out from Hawaii to Los Angeles to get home.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. The trip was a 10-day trip. The 22nd through the 1st, and we did get stuck for 2 extra days, about a day and a half, so it became an 11-and-a-half-day trip.
Now, this lawsuit is all about the fact that your daughter and Miss Tully had a fight, an argument. It's falling out. When did you have that argument?
I believe it was in September.
September of last year.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was the trip to Hawaii? In what month?
June.
When did it end?
July.
What was the argument about?
I did not want to be friends with
Why?
her daughter anymore.
Why?
Because I did not like the way that I was treated around them.
Like what? What do you mean?
There were just comments that were constantly made about the way that I lived my life and my family and the money that my mother earned, and I just did not want to be a part of it anymore.
And you told, what's Miss Lewis's daughter's name?
Bree.
Where did you have this discussion with her that you didn't want to be friends anymore?
I did not have a discussion with her. I unfollowed her on a social media.
That must have been after something happened, Miss Tully.
I just decided that I didn't want to be friends with her. She went away to college and I stayed home for college. We didn't have any contact. We didn't talk.
What happened after you came back from Hawaii?
We talked maybe once or twice because I went out of town with my grandparents and stayed with them for about 3 or 4 weeks and then returned home for school.
During that 3 or 4 week period, did either Miss Lewis or Bree contact you about any money that you owed them?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. What happened after you came back from Hawaii?
We talked maybe once or twice because I went out of town with my grandparents and stayed with them for about 3 or 4 weeks and then returned home for school.
During that 3 or 4 week period, did either Miss Lewis or Bree contact you about any money that you owed them?
No, Your Honor.
On what date did you unfriend her daughter?
I do not remember the exact date.
You remember the month?
I believe it was September. It could have been October, though. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was in September. September 28th, I believe.
So now I'd like you to tell me, Miss Lewis, what you're suing her for is $375 because you say you went to some events while you were in Hawaii that you purchased tickets for, dolphin shows or whatever else they paid for, and she was supposed to pay you back. I want you to show me when the first time was that you requested the return of this money.
I did not request the return of the money first. Irene contacted me because we had already made a discussion about the money and her paying me back, and she did let me know that she was going to Rhode Island with her family, so she wouldn't be able to start working again until she got home. Therefore, she couldn't start making payments until she was working, and I understood that.
Was that in a phone conversation?
A text conversation, correct.
I'd like to see that.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes it easy.
Oh, is that not what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. She told me to earlier. Sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, you clearly knew before you went to Rhode Island that you owed her some money, because that's what it says here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I didn't. Okay. So we were supposed to go to Hawaii, and I was told.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You clearly knew based on this text, hey, I'm heading home from Rhode Island today, so can you send me what I owe you from Hawaii? That's what you wrote to her on Sunday, July 31st.
Okay.
So you clearly knew that you owed her some money. And at some point, she responds on August 10th, I added it together and it was $375. And then you ask her for a breakdown. She gave you a breakdown. And some of it looks legitimate and some of it I can see why you might question.
Okay.
Did you go to a snorkel trip in a luau?
Your
Okay,
Honor.
so that's $125. You don't dispute that. She paid for it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did go to see the sea lions.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she paid for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm taking off $20 for food because that's ridiculous. What's a $25 baggage fee?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I paid for my baggage.
Okay. What's the $25 baggage fee?
Ma'am, she paid for her baggage one way, not the other way. She couldn't afford it, so she asked me if I'd add it to her total, and I agreed to.
Do you recall that?
I do not, Your Honor.
Well, she does. And what is $25 yard house? What is that?
She was supposed to pay for her own food at Meals Out. I did try to make it easier on her because she was the only one that was struggling financially, so I went ahead and bought a lot of groceries at the grocery store and cooked many meals in the condo to save money.
So what is Yard House?
It's a restaurant.
Do you remember the Yard House?
Yes, Your Honor. I remember going to dinner there.
Okay. And did the plaintiff pay for that dinner?
Yes, Your Honor, but my meal was not $25.
I don't know what it was. $250. Okay, so you acknowledge that there were certain expenses that you had, and I've taken some off that I actually can't justify. But that's still $250.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Mr. Hazelton, the defendant is your mother, and it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested a little over a year ago for both stealing her property and for assaulting your sister, who tried to intervene and prevent you from taking her television. That's what the case is about. You spent, according to you, 6 days in jail. You finally bailed yourself out, and you want to be compensated for that. That's what the case is about. Okay. Prior to being arrested last year, when you were arrested on your mother's complaint, how many times had you been arrested before?
A bunch.
How many? More than a dozen?
I could say yes.
And were those, at least some of those arrests, drug-related?
No.
Were they alcohol-related?
No.
Were they physically related? Were they assault cases?
Some. But what does that got to pertain to this case?
Everything pertains to this case. Was some of them involving theft?
No.
Was some of them involving trespass?
No.
So they were all involving assault. More than a dozen cases. What I'm gathering now is information. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else do they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the party... Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct? Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so then let's get back to where I was questioning you before. According to your answers previously, you've been arrested at least a dozen times, none involving drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct.
None involving alcohol.
That is correct.
None involving burglary.
That is correct.
None involving theft.
That is correct.
All involving assault.
That is correct. 3 times. No, my anger gets the best of me.
Well, that's an uncontrollable.
It's an uncontrollable issue.
For which you've been or not been in treatment.
Not.
Is it correct, Miss Hazelton, that your son never had either a drug or an alcohol problem?
Alcohol.
In October of 2015, Mr. Hazelton, how were you supporting yourself?
By working.
For whom?
Green Star Lawn Maintenance.
How long have you worked for them?
For 38 years off and on.
Are you working for them now?
Yes.
Full time?
Yes.
In the same location?
Yes.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember on what day you were arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested on May 6, 2015.
Where?
In Henry County.
Is that where you live?
I lived, yes.
What time were you arrested?
About 12:20 in the morning, yeah.
In the morning? And you were at home?
I was at home, right?
And you were arrested on the complaint of your mother and or your sister? Or just your mother?
I was arrested on my mother and sister's complaint stating that I walked in an unlocked door, used the restroom. Upon leaving the restroom, stole the TV out of my mom's room, hit my sister 3 times in the face, and left with the TV.
Okay, you're the sister?
No.
Where is the sister?
She's passed away.
Were you at home that day?
No.
So the sister that you allegedly assaulted is no longer here?
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I gather from your answer that you were not at home when this took place.
No.
Did you have a conversation with your daughter when you got home?
She was holding an ice.
Just a second. Did you have a conversation with her?
Yes.
At what time did you get home on, it would be the 5th
Right.
of May? What time did you get home?
Between probably 9:30 and 9:45, I was playing bingo.
And at that time, Miss Hazelton, who did you live with?
My daughter lived with me.
How old was she?
Let's see.
She was 52.
Yeah, she was 50.
She was 50 then?
Yeah.
So when you came home, it was 9:30, 9:45, and tell me first what you saw.
I saw her holding an ice pack on her face, and I asked her what happened. And she said, Glenn came here to use the bathroom, so she let him in. And in the process of using the restroom, he came out with my 32-inch TV, and she went to stop him, and he hit her in the face. That's what she told me. And I was only in the house maybe 5 minutes before the police were knocking on the door.
Had your daughter called the police?
Yes.
Okay, so she had called the police before you even got home?
Oh, yes.
Do you have the police report?
No, I don't have that.
Do you have the police
Yes, I do.
report? I'd like to see it, sir.
Okay.
Just the police report. You do know that these reports indicate that you were totally uncooperative, had to be placed in a hood, a spit hood, had to be put in an isolation area.
Excuse me,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
telling me that you were not high on some sort of drug or alcohol that night when they came to your home to arrest you?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me first say this.
I asked you a question, Mr. Hazelton. We had
no,
an
I was
agreement.
not high. No, I was not high. No, I was not on no drugs, okay? My actions speak louder than words. I was arrested, hauled off to jail, ripped out of my bed in my underwear, and you're telling me for a crime I did not commit, how would you react? And the charges were dismissed, not by the judge, by the public defender, the state's attorney, because I didn't steal the TV that my mom said. And my mother sat there and said she's seen me in a while. She hasn't seen me in 7 years. And it's just, it came out of her in the police report, she states that. And my sister said 2 different signs. She said she came home in an ice pack, but there's no bruises or marks on her. I hit her 3 times. It's all a lie. And why don't they look in her question and call me and ask me, did I do this? They know where I live. You know, they're trying to give me 46 years for this TV. My life is a little more than 46 years, okay? Or acting out in jail or whatever. I didn't do it, and this is the reason I'm suing my mother. I'm out $2,500. I could have gone after for penal stolen damages.
Your case is dismissed, Mr. Hazelton. You have no case against your mother. We're finished here. Let me understand your case, Miss Wilson. You signed a 1-year lease to rent a room.
That's correct.
in a house where the defendant was living. According to your complaint, she signed the lease and you signed the lease. That was when? In what month and year?
The latter part of April of this year.
And you moved in and gave her a security deposit of how much?
$1,100.
And was that the amount of money you were being charged monthly for the room?
Yes, Your Honor.
Turns out Miss Porter was not the owner of the house. She was a renter. And you were given notice by the owner of the house that the house was being sold and you had to vacate.
Yes, Your Honor.
In what month and year?
June 2018, Your Honor.
When in June did Miss Porter tell you that you had to move?
She notified me by written notice July the 30th.
So you knew in June, but notified her in July?
I notified her 30 days, yes, Your Honor, in July.
And did you, Miss Wilson, pay your rent for May, June, and July?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you moved out when?
August 9th.
Pursuant to your notification from your landlord?
Absolutely.
And you understood that?
I didn't find out she was moving until she put the note on my door July 30th.
But she said she gave you notice July 30th that you had to be out on August 30th?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Were you out on August 30th?
No, Your Honor.
Were you out on September 30th?
No, Your Honor. I was in litigation with the owner.
You still live there in September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pay rent?
No, Your Honor.
Did you live there in October?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pay rent?
No, Your Honor. I had a case going on with the owner of the house. I didn't know that she wasn't the owner of the house.
Listen to me. I just laid it all out so I understand exactly where you're coming from. Are you still living in the house?
Yes, Your Honor. I have until the end of
November. Did you pay rent in November?
No, Your Honor.
And you're still living there?
Yes, as according to the agreement with the owner.
Listen, Miss Wilson, you see this body has been sitting behind a bench for a very long time. I know exactly what's going on. In your agreement with the owner, did you agree to pay your back rent of September, October, and November?
No.
The answer is no.
No. I had an agreement with her, not the owner. I never even knew there was an owner until August.
Miss Wilson, you're not getting any money. I want you to understand. Zippo, not a penny from her. You already made the owner of the premises take you to court to get you out because you're a squatter, because you live there September, October, and November, and you're not paying $1,100 a month to anybody.
She breached an agreement. I thought she was the owner when I signed that lease.
I don't care what you thought.
A whole year.
Listen to me.
I have the lease right here, Your Honor. She signed a year's lease with me, saying that she was the owner.
You're not getting any money. You have to pay rent to somebody. Miss Wilson, you have to pay rent to somebody. So if you're not paying rent to her, then you pay rent to the owner. You don't become a squatter.
Your Honor,
everybody pays rent. You're not getting any money. A Zippo.
The agreement that I have.
A Zippo.
The agreement that I have with the owner, Honor, says that I don't pay rent.
Listen to me.
I won the agreement with the owner that says I don't have to pay rent as long as I'm out by December the 31st.
I know exactly what you did. I know exactly what you did. You held up the owner and you said, I'm not moving, and you made the owner take you to court, get a lawyer.
That's not true. I didn't have anywhere to go. They kept my money.
Miss Wilson, you had plenty of money. You had $3,300 that you didn't pay in rent for the months of September, October, November that you lived rent-free, unless you can show me you paid somebody for rent.
They wouldn't accept any money, Your Honor.
Goodbye, Miss Wilson. Your case is dismissed. I know exactly what you did. Ms. Terragrassa, how long did you and Mr. Gerasi live together?
I was 17, so it was about 7 to 8 years. We were together for 10 years.
How many years did you and the defendant live together?
We lived together for 7 years.
At some point, you moved into a home?
Yes, he purchased the home.
In what year?
2014.
And at the time you purchased a home together, the house was placed in his name?
Yes.
You were not married?
We were engaged.
You were not married?
No.
Your child was born when?
In 2013.
Now, in 2013, were you employed?
No.
In 2014, were you employed?
No.
2015, were you employed?
Towards the end of the year, yes.
In what month and for whom?
I believe it was November, and it was for Lowe's.
Okay, so most of 2013, 2014, 2015, the vast majority of those 3 years you were unemployed.
Yes.
What about 2012?
Yes, I was working.
For whom?
It was RMA Legal.
For how long?
I was there for about a year and a half.
So starting in 2013, you were unemployed and Mr. Gerasi was supporting you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is what the case is about. When you moved into this house, you used a credit card in 2014 to purchase some appliances for the house.
Yes.
The credit card was in your name.
Yes. He didn't have the credit to put it in his.
Whatever. He had credit to buy a house.
After he purchased the house, they wouldn't approve
He had
him.
credit to buy a house, and he had a job. So you bought the appliances for the house
Yes, Your Honor.
on your credit card.
They were under my credit card, yes.
And when you separated in what month and year?
September of 2016.
And he did not pay this credit card.
No, he was supposed to. I was not working at the time. He was responsible for paying the bills.
Why weren't you working?
Because I was a stay-at-home mother for our son.
Well, what'd you do between September 16 and almost September 17?
Well, right now I'm living in a small apartment with just me and my son. He's only paying me $100 a month for child support. I don't have the money to pay off.
What are you doing?
Right now I'm working.
Good. And how are you working? You still have a child.
Yes.
So how are you working?
He's in daycare.
Right.
During the day.
Right. Duh. So what you want him to do is you want him to pay off this credit card.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have the appliances. In 2014 as well.
I don't care whether you have the appliances or not. And a fireplace. When was the fireplace put in the house?
In 2014 as well.
2014, and it was a fireplace that was a gift.
From my mother, yes.
I don't care. It was a gift for the house. I mean, it wasn't a pair of socks or a pair of underpants. It was a fireplace. So it was for the house. So you want him to pay off the credit card and you want the fireplace back. Fireplace you can't have back because it was a gift for the house. The house belongs to him. Now, what I don't understand is, actually, you were supported over a period of 3.5 years. Your only financial contribution to the household were a washer and a dryer or a refrigerator. Don't you feel sort of ridiculous?
Yes. It was a Christmas gift, yes.
I don't care. It was a gift for the house. I mean, it wasn't a pair of socks or a pair of underpants. It was a fireplace. So it was for the house. So you want him to pay off the credit card and you want the fireplace back. Fireplace you can't have back because it was a gift for the house. The house belongs to him. Now, what I don't understand is, actually, you were supported over a period of 3.5 years. Your only financial contribution to the household were a washer and a dryer or a refrigerator. Don't you feel sort of ridiculous?
Your Honor, my family also contributed a lot towards that house as well. My grandma gave thousands of dollars. You know, we were together for 10 years.
Mr. Girassi says that you waited this year before you raised the issue of the credit card because you left him for somebody else. And when that didn't work out, now you're coming after him for money.
No, that's not true.
So let's go back a second. You left the house, I assume. Where did you go?
I got an apartment, Your Honor. With my son.
With what money?
It was my grandmother's. She has an apartment upstairs and let me stay there for reasonable pricing.
So your grandmother let you stay in her apartment. Now, I'd like you to tell me what appliances were purchased on the credit card.
We had a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a stove, and a microwave.
And altogether, how much was that?
I'm not really sure, maybe $3,500 the most. I'm not really too sure about how much it was. I don't have the bill.
Do you have the bill?
I have the receipts, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at them. I have a bill here for a plasma TV. Do you still have the plasma TV?
Yes.
Okay. Microwave oven and dishwasher. All of that came to $33.59. 2 years later, you separate. Which of these things do you want?
I just want to pay off the bill.
How did you handle your finances?
When?
When you were living together.
He paid the bills.
Did you have a joint account?
We did have a joint account, yes, Your Honor.
So you got money in to put into the joint account, and you got money to put into the joint account from the defendant, and
Yes,
you paid the bills.
I bought the food for the house.
I'm asking you, who wrote out the checks?
Sal.
Did you write out the checks?
No, Your Honor. She had full access to my account. She wrote out all the bills. There was her student loan was coming out of my account, her Bloomingdale's bill, her Macy's bill.
I see them.
Yes.
What kind of work do you do,
And
Mr.
those are my accounts.
Girassi, what kind of work do you do?
I am a fire alarm inspector for New York City. A fire alarm inspector for New York City.
The Chase savings account. Whose savings account is this?
It was in both of our names.
And what happened to that savings account?
Well, both of us transferred money into the checking to pay bills.
So you kept it in the savings account so you could get a little bit of interest?
It turned out to be a total checking, or whatever, like, I don't know, they changed the account to checking and savings in one.
What kind of pet did you have?
We have we had 2 boxes. One of them passed away at 4, and then I went out and got another one.
Is the Chase card that you're talking about end in 5612?
I don't remember the numbers on it, I'm sorry.
Well, what credit card are you talking about?
PC Richards.
Oh, it's just a PC Richards account?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Now, you both had access to take out money from ATMs with this card?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that right? I see that. Your card was 9038. Arby's, Chipotle, Sinclair's Pub West in Babylon. Your card ended in 9038.
I don't remember what the card number was, Your Honor.
Is that her card?
On the paper, all my card numbers are on there. On the first page that I gave you?
Yeah.
Whatever's highlighted, those are my cards because those are all closed out.
Whatever we did or purchased food-wise, we were together while we were doing it.
Doesn't matter. You lived like a family. You know, at some point you have to say, you know what? I lived pretty well. He took care of me pretty well. And he paid the rent, he paid the gas, he paid the electric, he paid the utilities. And if I took on the responsibility 4 years ago or 3 years ago of taking out a credit card and buying some appliances, they came to $3,300. I'm a big girl, and I can't give him back the food I ate or having my hair done. I can't give him back those things.
I didn't work because I was home taking care of our son. It's not like when I started working, I did contribute.
The truth of the matter is that's not true. Because your son wasn't born, you didn't work a year before he was born.
Because I was on a very high-risk pregnancy.
Let me tell you I have all kinds of problems with this case. First of all, it's very hard to separate when people aren't married what's yours and what's mine and what's left. You have no obligation to support her at all. You have obligation.
I just pay child support.
You have an obligation to contribute to your son's support. Do you see him?
Yes.
Okay. Often?
Yes, every other weekend.
Good. All of these appliances have depreciated in value since they were bought 2.5 years ago. So one of the things that was purchased 2.5 years ago was a big television set. That's the only thing that really can easily come out of your house, right?
Yes.
Also, probably the microwave can easily come out of your house. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
You want those 2 things? Then you can sell them. You want those 2 things? That's fair. Those 2 things can easily come out of the house. Stove can't, but that can. Big television and a small microwave. Do you want those 2 things?
No, Your Honor. I want my bill paid.
It's not going to get paid by him. If I had to divide property, that's exactly what I would do. I would say you live together. He took care of you. He supported the family. This is not a big deal. But if you feel as if for some reason you've been offended, financially offended, I'm prepared to say to him, the property that he bought, if he went to sell it, would be worth nothing. He could sell it now and give you half. That would be ridiculous. Similarly, he's paying for the whole enchilada. And I'm saying to you...
Not throughout our whole relationship, though. I contributed a lot.
Good. Fine. All I'm asking you is, do you want the TV and the microwave? And then you can sell them.
Sure.
Whatever you can sell them for. Good. Good. Make arrangements for her to have the TV and the microwave. You buy a new one. Okay, great. We're done. Thank you. Mr. Rose, Mr. Mendoza runs a store, a dollar sort of store.
Yeah, that's happened like March 15th.
A lot of inexpensive little things. And based upon what I read in your complaint, you frequented that store. You went in.
Yes.
And you walked in one day and you saw that your picture was up in the store, and the picture suggested that you were a shoplifter.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you have a photograph for me or something to show me of the poster that you saw and when you saw it?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a video, actually. It has no audio on it, just video. And if I could, I want to explain, it wasn't just one day I walked in. Actually, it was a day or 2 after Christmas of last year, December 2015. I came in the store and I had words with the gentleman in the white shirt. I think his name is Caesar. It was about a cigar that they were selling for $1.50 and it says 2 for 99 cents on it. And we got into some type of verbal altercation. And then I came back 2 or 3 days later for some incense or candles, and I saw it directly as soon as I walked in the store, shoplifter.
Okay. So what you feel precipitated putting up this photograph was the argument that you had with Mr. Mendoza's employee. That is your employee, sir?
Yes.
Okay, because you raised an issue that they were overcharging for cigars that on the package said 2 for $1. They were selling them for $1.50 a piece.
Exactly.
Okay. Stand up, sir. Your last name is?
Mendoza?
Are you related?
Yes, he's my brother.
You remember having that discussion with Mr. Rose? It happened in March?
That's incorrect.
You think it happened sometime in December?
I'm certain it happened sometime.
And you're certain it happened March 15th?
March 15 at 4:15 p.m.
And I assume that that tape is going to show that to me.
Let me explain you.
No, because you're pretty adamant about the date and the time.
For the date of the...
Okay, so you're going to show me something that you took in December of 2015.
I think it was January. It was a couple days after the initial verbal altercation. And this is the beginning of it. I was just walking up into the store so I could show you where they were displaying it. As soon as you walk in the store, it's right here.
Right where?
I'm zooming in on it right there,
it.
and I happen to be that person right there screaming, because that's when they took the picture of me when I was screaming at them right there with the baseball
Is that
hat
just
on.
a second? Is
You can see her clear on my phone, Your Honor. Okay, either one of those two you can play. Yeah, there was never any incident of me stealing anything from the...
I'd like to take a look at it on your phone, sir, because I can't see it clearly there.
I'm sorry, hold on 1 second.
Just a second.
And Your Honor, they're not arguing that... I'm sorry.
Do you say that you can see your face in this?
Yes, Your Honor. That's me. It's a picture, and they're not arguing that it's not me.
Okay, I'm just telling you that based upon, I can't see that in here.
Oh, okay.
I can't see that. I see a woman, I see the back of two people. It's not clear enough for me to see it. But you don't deny that you put up his picture.
I don't deny it, no.
Okay, fine. Now, what you're going to do is show me, because certainly if you put up his picture and he was never prosecuted for theft.
We called the police. We called the police that day of the incident. Let me explain to you what happened that day. He walked into a store and asked for a cigar that it cost $1, not $1.50. That's his first lie. It's pre-priced $1.99. We sell it for $1 at the door. So normally when you walked into a store...
No, don't tell me normally. Just tell me what happened.
Okay, he asked for a cigar, $1 cigar. My brother put him on the counter. He grabbed the cigar and throw 33 cents and walk out. If that's not stealing, how do you call that? There's no other way to say it.
Just a second. Did that happen,
That's
Mr.
an outright lie, Your Honor.
Just a second.
No, it didn't.
And do you have that on tape?
We don't have that on tape, no. That was back March 15, and we didn't keep that much evidence on our record. It's just way too much memory on my computer. We have only the picture that we put up there.
From March 15?
From March 15.
Let me just take a look at it, please.
And also, Your Honor, we have...
Second. Is this a picture of you, Mr. Rose, arguing with somebody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you at the counter?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. Do you want to tell me exactly what happened when Mr. Rose came in?
Yeah, he came, and I want to explain to you first. I don't speak good English, but he came and asked for cigars. I gave it to him and put it on the counter. When he threw at me 33 cents, he walked away. I told him, hey man, this is $1. What? It's not $1. He started to argue with you. And say, hey, if you don't want it, just leave over there. You don't have to argue with me. And no, okay, you overcharge me, sir. The price is on there. It's printed. It's printed on the cigars. And he has tried to argue with me. He's tried to fight with me. You know, he said, hey,
no, he
come
was
outside.
Argumentative. You could see it from this.
He can explain to you better what's going on that day because he saw the video.
He spat on his face. He
spat on my face. He spat on my face.
That's total lie.
It makes some threats. That's the reason why we call the police, and we have the police report.
May I see the police report,
Yes.
please? So after this incident, you called the police?
Yeah, we called the police.
Okay, I'd like to see the police report. Do you have a copy of the police report, Mr. Rose?
No, I've never heard of it, Your Honor.
March 15th.
Exactly, 4:15 p.m.
You have any proof, sir, that this happened in December?
Well, the incident that I'm referring to happened in December, Your Honor.
Well, but there was another incident in March.
I don't even know what he's referring to. I've never spat on him.
Okay, well, this is you.
Yes.
You clearly had an argument with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have any proof that the incident that you described occurred in December? Is there any proof that you have that it occurred in December? Does your phone indicate that it occurred in December?
On the recording, when I recorded it?
Yes, it should, if it's in December.
May I?
If it's in December, that would be very relevant to me.
Thank you. I don't know how I would see the date on there.
You have no proof.
Shh.
Your Honor, it doesn't show a date on here at all. My witness can attest that when this incident happened that I'm telling you about, like days after I had the altercations, when I walked in the store and saw this picture up, this has just been happening since December. I've been going to this store. I live a block from the store.
Yeah, but you were arguing, listen to me, you were arguing with this gentleman in this picture. Clearly, you are furious, Mr. Rose, in this picture, okay? Why you get furious over a cigar, I have no idea. If they choose to charge $1 for a cigar that's worth 50 cents, you don't have to go in there and buy from him. But you were clearly furious.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I was furious because he was cussing at me and trying to provoke me to fight with him.
Oh, please, Mr. Rose, that's ridiculous. Mr. Rose, that's ridiculous. According to you, and I read your case very, very carefully, you had been going to this store all the time.
Yes, I would know.
All the time. Nobody ever provoked you before, because otherwise, and you're not an unintelligent man, Mr. Rose, because if you were an unintelligent man, I would say, well, if somebody provokes you, who's not nice to you, you don't go to the store. But clearly, you never had a problem in the store before, so if you went and you had an argument over the price of a cigar, that doesn't actually require this. It requires, you know what? I'm not buying this cigar.
Well,
and you walk away. You say, I'll buy my cigar someplace else. What do you want?
Yeah, well, excuse me.
You weren't here.
No, I wasn't
Well,
there.
you weren't there because you're nowhere in the picture.
Right.
Sit down.
Okay, yeah.
And they think it's a joke. I mean, Your Honor.
No, I don't think it's a, Mr. Rose, I don't think it's a joke. But clearly an incident happened over a cigar that you wanted to purchase, that you got very excited over. This man says that what you did was take the cigar and leave with it and threw down what you wanted to pay for it, which was 33 cents. They called the police and made a report immediately. Now, the only other question that I'm going to ask, which may be dispositive, when, for the first time, did you decide to sue them? In what month and year?
September.
This September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, your case is dismissed. We're done. I don't believe you. Mr. Reeses, you are in business, and the nature of your business is a pawnbroker.
Correct.
The defendant, Mr. Frazier, over a period of time came and sold you some merchandise. What kind of merchandise did you sell him?
Well, Your Honor, I worked at an airport.
I just asked you what kind of merchandise you sold him.
I sold 9 defibrillators and about 20 pair of aviation headsets.
And defibrillators?
Defibrillators like you shock. Like
no,
zzz.
a defib...
Yeah, clear.
I know what a defib... Not an audition. You should want to keep as low a profile as possible, Mr. Frazier.
I understand.
They're very expensive, the defibrillators.
Yeah, they're portable ones, but yeah, they're very expensive.
About how much are they if you had to buy them retail?
If you had to buy them retail, it could be over $1,000.
And what about the headsets?
Probably about $500 a piece, brand new.
A piece?
Brand new.
And were the ones that you stole from the airport, because you took a plea to stealing all this property, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you made restitution as part of the plea arrangement?
Yes, ma'am.
So, and that's all done already?
Yes.
So when you stole them, were they new or used?
They were used.
And you brought them to the plaintiff?
Yes, I did.
Did you bring them all at the same time, or did you bring them a few one day and then a few next week?
Yeah, it was usually like one here, one there. It wasn't all at the same time. No.
And sure, Mr. Reeses said to you, where'd you get these?
He never actually said that, no. No.
He just took them. What, for instance, would he give you for a used defibrillator?
He was giving me anywhere from $100 to $125, $150 a piece.
And for the headsets?
Anywhere again from like $75 to $100.
And did you fence all of the, see, I got that from watching TV. Did you in fact fence all of this stolen merchandise through Mr. Reeses, or did you have other outlets?
No, it was all through Mr. Reeses.
Now, at some point, the police came to your store and they confiscated some of this merchandise.
Correct.
And that's what the lawsuit is about. You would like Mr. Frazier to compensate you since you paid him and they took this stolen merchandise. You would like him to compensate you.
Correct.
Great. Now, Mr. Reeses, I have a couple of questions for you. How many defibrillators did the police confiscate?
Your Honor, according to my records, it looks like they confiscated 4.
And how many sets of headsets?
All of them.
How many?
I'd be lying if I remembered the exact
Well,
amount.
I wouldn't like you to lie,
I know.
sir.
We deal with a lot of cases, and I don't remember the exact numbers. Your Honor, there were
So-
2 confiscated on this receipt, and there's multiple instances where items were delivered. So every single headset that we had purchased from him, we returned to the police.
Then that's a problem that you have. The fact that you don't know how many really were confiscated by the police because you deal in a lot of merchandise, then you don't know how many you sold. Because he didn't come back and buy them back, did you?
The
I don't
headsets
know
are-
that, and you can't prove that.
I have an email from the police department which shows the items that were returned.
I'd like
So-
to see that.
No problem. Can I come up?
No.
Sure.
Just a second. This doesn't say how many they confiscated from you.
Can I see it? Your Honor, what form of evidence are you looking for the items that were confiscated?
Listen,
other
if
than-
I had a store that sold sweaters and I bought a dozen sweaters from a manufacturer, from Bird Inc., and I sold 6 sweaters, and if I'm in business, I know that I bought 6, I sold 6, and I have 6 left in inventory.
Sure.
That's what it is when you run a business.
Sure.
So that's what I'm asking you for. He sold you 20 pairs of headphones and 9 defibrillators. You told me that the police confiscated 4 defibrillators, which means you sold 5. Which means you sold 5 because he didn't buy them back. And what I want to know is how many headphones did they confiscate?
On this date, 6.
Your Honor, there were 2 pickups by the police, and we need to get the official police report
Listen,
from
you
there.
want me to dismiss your case? I'd be
No,
more than happy
I
to
don't want
dismiss
you
your
to
case.
dismiss it. I feel that
so
I
if
have
the
a lot of
answer is
evidence.
that you don't have the proof, how
here.
many?
It was 6 sets of aviation headsets.
On one instance that were picked up.
Well,
the rest
then
of
I
them were
don't
picked
have.
up on
Then
the
get
other
me
one.
the other instance.
All right, no problem.
Do you understand that if you don't
I do.
have that, I'll dismiss your case. You can go back to where you came from in New Jersey.
Your Honor,
Do you understand?
we have records that show that none of the items were sold from the store. That means that when the investigation was happening by the police department, everything was returned. So we would
No,
have...
listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell me. Show me.
This is the
I
evidence.
know what he sold you
Yes.
because that's what he pled guilty to.
And that's
And
this badge
I
number.
also know that he sold them to nobody other than you. Your lawsuit wants to be compensated for the amount of money that you gave him for the headphones and the defibrillators. So I have to know how many were confiscated. Not that you're going to get your money anyway, but I have to know how many.
4 defibrillators.
Your Honor, we're only suing for what was taken. What we're suing for is this piece of paper right here. I understand where the miscommunication is. I think that you might think that the total sum of everything that was sold to us was part of the confiscated. It wasn't. Part of the confiscation was this, and there were maybe other items that are not on this receipt.
Mr. Reeses,
Yes, Your Honor.
listen to me very carefully. Either
Yes,
you
Your
give
Honor.
me a straight answer, or it's going to make my job just that much easier.
Correct.
He sold you 20 pairs of headphones, anywhere from $100 to $125 a piece. When the police came and said, "We think that you're selling stolen headphones," and they looked, how many did they confiscate that you can prove to me as you're standing there right now?
Wonderful. They took...
It's 5 right there.
5 headsets.
Good.
According to
They
the
took
receipt.
5 headphones, which means that you sold, traded, bartered, or whatever, because that's the logical conclusion, unless you're withholding merchandise from the police, which would be actually pretty stupid. You sold or bartered 14 headphones, and you sold, bartered, traded 5 defibrillators. Now, my next question is to you, Mr. Fraser. When you sold it to him, he's a pawn shop. Was it an outright sale, or did you get a receipt that said you could come back and get the property?
No, it was an outright sale. I never signed anything.
Outright sale, he just gave you the money.
Yes.
Fine.
Can I interject?
Yes.
I have right here when I did go to court for the criminal charges, it says that they were the ones that called the police about stolen merchandise. So that's why I don't understand. Like, if they were the ones that called the police, wouldn't they have known that it was stolen? Why would they buy it in the first place?
I don't know.
Your Honor, we never called the police.
Fine, that makes my job easier. So
Correct.
you had sold, bartered, or traded 14 pairs of headphones and 5 defibrillators.
Your Honor, that's not correct. As I've said, there's another pickup, but for this purposes of this lawsuit, we're only trying to get back the money that was taken on this date. What you're saying is correct in the first part, but the second part of us selling and bartering and all of these items is just not correct.
They're not there.
They're not where?
At your store. Because
That's
if they were, where are they?
The police department took them.
Not according to what you can prove to me.
Yes.
Not according to what you can prove to me.
In this piece of paper, and this is all part of the lawsuit. I'm not asking for, altogether, we've given him much more than the amount that we're suing for. We're only suing for a small fraction of it for what was taken on that exact date. What you're
What was
saying,
taken on what exact date?
on 12/15, this list of items.
Not happening.
This
What's
was
not
signed
Not
from
happening.
the police.
It's not happening. Because if you didn't make an inquiry, you're in the business. You're in a business that is used by some people who steal, by some people who need ready cash. You're in that business. You're supposed to do, in my view, you're in a different place than somebody walking down Canal Street in Manhattan and somebody goes like this to you. Want to buy a Rolex? Do you understand? You're sort of on notice that either you're going to buy a fake Rolex or a hot Rolex. Right?
Sure.
That's a normal person know that. You see the way these people went like this? Normal people know that. Want to buy a Rolex? Yours for only $50. So you know it probably doesn't work, probably has no mechanism, or somebody stole it, right? That's to a guy on the street. You're in the pawn business, P-A-W-N. You're supposed to ask the question, where is somebody getting 9 defibrillators? Now, I must tell you, I have a defibrillator in my house. It's given to me as a gift by my brother. We keep it in the gym just in case.
It's probably
Nobody
outdated.
knows.
You gotta check the
Nobody
date.
knows how to work it, and we actually had to turn it off because the battery was beeping. But we have one. So somebody has to ask, somebody who's coming in with 9 defibrillators, where are you getting 9 defibrillators? And at the same time so you asked.
I did ask, Your Honor.
And what did he tell you?
He told me it was from his grandfather who recently passed away, and he had airplanes and all these aviation headsets, as well as old memorabilia. We have video of it, of him bringing it into the store, a U.S. flag with 39 stars on it.
I don't care if he brought in other stuff. If he brought in a flag with 39 stars. I don't care if he brought in a Smokey the Bear costume. It's irrelevant.
Completely.
One of the things that you pick up when an old grandparent passes away is maybe a flag with 39 stars on it. Maybe an old pair of World War II combat boots, but not relatively new defibrillators and 20 headsets. You start to think.
He said that, he owned a few planes, and
He said he owned a few planes.
I never said I owned.
He owned a plane.
he said his grandfather had a bunch of planes. He was a former pilot. He had all these headsets. Some were new, some were old. They all weren't new.
He didn't say any of them were new. Actually, he didn't tell me that any of them were new or in boxes. None of them came to you in boxes, right?
He brought, they weren't aviation headsets in boxes. They were Sony in boxes, Sony headsets that he said they were his.
Your Honor, may I say 2 seconds?
Yeah, you may say
I
nothing.
listened
I am
very
actually done with
carefully,
you.
and
You should have been a little more vigilant. Your case is dismissed. We're done. Ms. Hirsch, you are suing the defendant for the return of your Great Dane or the value of the dog.
Yes.
I have a counterclaim in the event you are awarded custody of the dog for the amount of money that the defendant spent in caring for your dog during the time she had your dog. So let's start at the beginning. When and from whom did you purchase this dog?
I bought the dog from a breeder. It was in July of 2015.
And how much did you pay for the dog?
I paid $1,200.
How old was the dog when you purchased the dog?
The dog was 2 months old when I took her home.
And it's a Great Dane?
A Harlequin Great Dane.
I know what they look like. Had you ever had a Great Dane before?
No, I have not.
Had you ever had any dogs before?
Yes, I have.
What kind?
I had a Staffordshire Terrier for 10 years. She passed away in 2016. And before that, I had a golden retriever for 7 years.
Well, you bought this dog in 2015, and so you say the Staffordshire died in 2016. So you had the two dogs at the same time for a period of time?
Yeah, just for a few months. I knew that my Staffordshire was ill and she was going to pass soon.
And there came a time when you had to leave your property.
Yes.
And you had to leave your property because?
Because my dad had recently died and I was getting a settlement as soon as his case closed. But the case is not closed.
Whatever. You moved into with your boyfriend, and your boyfriend had a pit bull, and the pit bull didn't like other dogs.
Yes.
When was that?
That was September of 2015.
So at that point, you would have the dog for approximately between 6 and 8 weeks. And that's the time that Miss Padroni took custody of your dog.
Yes.
With your permission.
Right.
And it would be fair to say that from September of 2015 up through March of 2017, Miss Petroni has had physical custody of your dog continuously.
Yes, she has, but not by choice. I've been
I
trying
don't
to
care
get her
whether
back.
by choice or not. Be fair statement from September of 2015 until the end of March 2017, Miss Petroni had physical custody of a dog that you had in your custody between 6 and 8 weeks 2 years ago. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Do you understand where I'm going?
Yes.
Great. Now, while the dog was in Miss Padroni's custody, she took care of the dog, she fed the dog, and in addition to everything else, she had the dog spayed. The dog had gone into heat, and at that point, she says in her answer, she couldn't have a 110-pound Great Dane walking around her house in heat, so she had the dog spayed. You were unhappy with that, so as part of your lawsuit, you're also saying not only do you want the dog back, but you want punitive damages for her spaying the dog for having an unnecessary medical procedure. I'm just laying out what your lawsuit is.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
You understand that this is an unsympathetic face to you. You understand that?
Yes, I've been trying to get the dog back the entire time.
Well,
and
that's not true because you've managed to find your way to a small claims court 2 years later. So if you could find your way to a small claims court 2 years later, you can find yourself to a small claims court 4 months later.
At 4 months later, she was still telling me that I could have my dog back.
What do you mean she's been telling you you can get your
Well,
dog
every
back?
time I went to her house to visit the dog, she said she would say, no problem, I can have the dog back as soon as I get my house.
When did you get your house?
I got my house late June of 2016.
So she had the dog at that point almost 10 months.
Yes.
In the 10 months that she had the dog, Miss Hirsch, how much money did you give her to take care of the dog?
I didn't give her any money.
So the answer is zero. And I'd like to see the receipts for food that you brought during the 2 years that Miss Padroni has had your dog. Just a second. There's a difference between bringing dog food and coming every week and supplying a 110-pound dog with food. There's a difference.
I did bring the food.
It's time to get another dog.
She doesn't deny that I brought her food.
Listen to me. It's time
was
to
in
get another
constant
dog.
communication with her.
Miss Hirsch, listen to me very carefully. You've abandoned the dog. 2 years. You had the puppy for 6 weeks 2 years ago. And she's had the dog in her continual custody for 2 years.
I came over to her house and visited the dog, and the dog would come up to me. She knows that I'm her mother. She came up to me and she kissed me, and I spent time with her. Even though she has not been in my possession, she's still my dog.
No, she's not your dog. How many times a week for the last 2 years did you go and visit the dog at Miss Padroni's?
Well, sometimes.
How many times? Listen to me. I have a question. There's a question out there. How many times a week? If one of my children, you say, I'm her mother.
I am her mother.
Just listen to me. You're not her mother. If one of my children was staying with my cousin Bonnie because I lost my home, I would go and visit that child every day. So what I want to know is how many times did you go and visit the dog every week for the last 2 years?
I would go every couple weeks, probably every 2 weeks. I did go visit her. I spent time with her. Okay. And the reason that she was with Kara is because I was waiting for a settlement from my dad's estate before I could get my house, so I could keep her in my house.
Go buy another dog. How's the dog, Miss Padroni?
She's doing very well.
Do you have any vet records for this dog? I'd like to take a look at them.
Should I just give you all of the evidence that I have?
No, I want to see the vet records for the dog. Just for my own reference, the dog was sick. You took the dog to the vet once and she was prescribed amoxicillin.
Yeah, she had slipped on the carpet a little bit and she had a sprained shoulder.
So you took her to the vet?
Yes.
And then you had her to the vet when she was spayed?
Yes.
Do you have that bill?
You know, I tried looking everywhere for it. I didn't.
Was it the same vet?
No, it was with the county.
And is Nova up to date in her shots?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Padroni, I'm going to come back to you. You took custody of this dog in September of 2015.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like you to tell me how that came about.
I was being just a nosy neighbor one day and saw that my neighbor was moving a bunch of boxes out of her house, whatever, and just talked to her. I like to keep people who I know.
No, I'm not interested.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
not Phil,
To cut-
it's me. You saw she was moving and...
To cut to the chase, basically, I had noticed that she was moving, and I went and talked to her, and she said that she didn't have a house for the puppy, and that she might have to take her to jail if she doesn't find a place because she couldn't take
What's
it
jail?
home. Dog pound, excuse me, the dog pound. And in my mind, I couldn't imagine taking a puppy to the pound, so it didn't take me long to offer to watch her for a couple of months if that's what she needed.
Okay, that was September 2015. I want to know exactly what you said to her and what she said to you. She said she would need somebody to watch the dog for how long?
A couple of months, and in my opinion, a couple doesn't necessarily mean two. If I asked for a couple of M&Ms, I would expect maybe 5. So I had a decent idea there would be a couple, 5 months maybe. I didn't expect it to be in nearly 2 years.
What happened after 5 months?
Well, I had tried to contact her when I needed to take the dog to the vet for her shoulder that was really painful for her.
And the shoulder incident was in September of 2016. So that, according to this sale.
There's one that was for $86.
The one that's for $97.
Okay.
Was amoxicillin capsule.
That actually was an abscess that she had on her foot. It's the other one that was her shoulder.
$86.24.
Yeah.
I don't have a date on that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you tried to contact her.
Yes.
Was that before the incident where she needed amoxicillin?
Yes.
So that was before September of 2016. So you would have the dog at that point less than a year.
That is correct.
Okay, and you tried to contact her.
Yes.
When had been the time that you had seen her last?
It had been several months.
Okay. When you needed her permission or advising her that you had to take the dog to the vet? You tried to call her. What were you calling her for?
Just to let her know that the dog was hurt and that I needed to do something with her.
And what happened?
The phone was disconnected. I had no way to contact her.
Other than the cell phone that was disconnected or whatever phone you had that was disconnected, did you have an email address? Did you have an address? No.
I did not.
Okay. So after you took the dog to the vet, how much later did you finally see Miss Hirsch?
I would say even more than a year.
And under what circumstances did you see her?
She came back trying to tell me that she wanted to take the dog home.
And that was, do you remember what month and year?
It was like toward the end of the summertime, middle of the summertime in 2016.
So she just came to your house?
Yes.
About a year later?
Yes.
And from the time that you had taken the dog to the vet, which was before that, when was the last time that Miss Hirsch brought over any food?
I had gotten a bag of food with the delivery of the dog, and then I had maybe gotten another bag of food one other time.
And how many times would you say Miss Hirsch came to visit with the dog?
Well, I'm not home all the time, and neither is the dog because she can't be left there by herself. And so I'm not sure if she stopped by while I wasn't home, but I can tell you that I saw her
I would like you to tell me how many times you saw her. I don't care how many times she came over and you weren't home and the dog wasn't home. I want to know how many times you saw her.
Yeah, I saw her twice.
2 times?
Yes.
2 times in 2 years?
Until she came to ask for the dog
Until she
back.
came at the end of the summer of last year?
Yes.
Okay.
The dog has become part of my family, and as much of a handful as she is, we do really love her. She's very well cared for, and she is happy.
Miss Hirsch, go find yourself another dog.
But the dog,
go find
it
yourself
can't be
another
her
dog.
family member if she's willing to take money for the dog.
Go find yourself another dog. You had this dog 6 weeks, 2 years ago. You abandoned the dog. You neither provided food, nor cash for the dog, nor medical care for the dog, nor checked in with you for months.
I did check in with the dog.
For months. Listen to me. We're done. This case actually has 2 parts to it. Miss Salas?
Silas.
Salas. Miss Salas, this is your soon-to-be ex-son-in-law.
Correct.
And there are 2 parts to your case. You were deployed to where, sir?
Japan, Yokosuka, Japan.
And at the time you were deployed to the coast of Japan, I assume this is your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
Before you left for Japan, where were you living?
We had a spot together, and then we moved out. The plan was to move in with Miss Silas.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Because your daughter didn't want to be alone when he was away, and you could help her with the baby.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
old was the child at the time?
7.
And was it just you living in your house?
Yes, ma'am.
So your daughter came home with your grandchild, and he went to Japan.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here's the case. When you were deployed, your wife got a housing allowance?
I received the housing allowance.
For her, not for you.
I will receive it either way.
I don't understand what that means.
So I will receive the housing allowance whether I was married or not. The difference in me being married or not is just $200.
Okay. So when you were living in Japan, were you living on government property or were you living in a private facility?
In the beginning, I was living on government property, and then I moved to my own place.
When did you leave for Japan?
December 2014.
And when were you living in your own space?
Roughly January 2016.
So you lived all of 2015 on government property?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so did you pay rent on government property?
No, Your Honor.
Did you receive any money for your wife and child during the year that you lived on government property?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much?
$1,600 a month.
And that was designed for your dependents back in the States?
At this point, yes, Your Honor.
Well, at this point, you were living on government property. Were you eating on government property?
I would eat on government property or out in town, Your Honor.
But you had the opportunity to eat on government property.
Yes.
And was any other monies being sent home to your wife and child?
Yes.
Other than from the $1,600?
A good amount was sent home, yes.
How much? How much? Madam, don't sleep. This is court. Stand up. Move over. In the year 2015, when you were living with your mother, how much did you receive from the government monthly?
I personally...
Not you personally. You and your child as dependents. Get it together. This is where we are. We're in court. Do you know, Ms. Salas?
The amount of money, only money I received from him was $700 a month for the rent. That's all.
Now, I want you to think harder. How much did you get from your husband during 2015?
It would depend on how much he wanted to send.
Okay. So other than the $700 a month, there was no set sum taken out?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So give me an idea per month how much he would send to you.
It was a car payment for $500.
Just a minute, car payment?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were driving the car?
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
The cell phone bill.
How much?
$150.
What else?
And storage.
How much?
It was $100.
So in total, including the rent to your mother, was $1,450 a month. That was for 2015.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
We're missing a payment, the Goodyear payment, that he supposed to pay was $140 a month.
What?
Goodyear is a car credit card.
I'm not at the car credit card payment.
Okay. As far as I know, that's it.
Just a second. When was the last time your daughter lived with you?
She's still living with me.
Mm-hmm. Is she paying you rent?
No, she's not.
Are you getting any rent from her?
No, I'm not.
Why doesn't she get a job?
She does have a job. She
well,
has
why
3
isn't
jobs.
she paying? Then why isn't she paying you rent?
Because the money that was supposed to be paid for rent, she was in December. She was fine, and she was saving.
Was what?
In December, when he was supposed to be paying the December rent, he didn't pay the December rent. And with her working the 3 jobs, she didn't have enough money saved in order to pay the rent for December.
Just a second. Let me explain something to you. You have no sympathy at this end.
I understand.
I just want you to understand.
I understand.
Your daughter and your grandchild wanted to move back in with their mom. You're living alone. You take them back in. This is a good gig. The government said, okay, if she lived elsewhere, we'd give her money for rent. So she's living with you. So you became enriched by $700 a month. Your household that didn't have $700 a month before, the government now says, we're going to give you him $700 a month so that the wife and child wouldn't be out on the street. Well, you're not going to be out on the street anyway. You got enriched by $700 a month by us.
No, ma'am.
By us. She didn't work. She didn't pay it. He's paid by the government. In addition to what he got paid for his housing, they sent $700 a month for your daughter. So we paid you $700 a month to do what a mother should do for free anyway. Take in their daughter and the grandchild. She gets a job. It's not a baby grandchild that needs full-time care. She gets a job. She works. And you want to say, sweetheart, save your money so that you can buy a house one day. Don't give me any money from your job. I'm living here all by myself anyway. It's a joy to have you with me. It's a joy to see my grandchild every day.
Can I say something now?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, she was living with me. He stopped making a car payment.
Just that we're not at car payment.
Okay, no.
Listen to me. We're not at car payment.
Okay.
He's in Japan not driving a car.
Right. There were two cars.
Get rid of one. He's in Japan not driving a car. I'm not even to the car. I'm
we're still
sticking
on
to
the
the
rent.
rent.
We're still on the
I'm
rent.
sticking
Yes,
to the rent.
Okay, the rent, which was coming in, was $700 a month. He hadn't paid the rent since August of 2017.
Is what you're telling me he paid rent for your daughter, to you and a child, from the time he left until August of 2017?
You're right, he was continue paying. And he got in contact with me in August and said that he could not continue paying because he had some bills coming in. He said, I will make up the difference. First he said it would be November. I will give you the back pay in November. He had another bill come up.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care. Let's understand each other. As far as I'm concerned, you're not entitled to this money. So far, we've paid you for a year and a half, $700 a month rent to have your daughter and your grandchild, grandboy or girl, a grandson with you, and they're still with you. And you're not getting rent because the government's not paying for it anymore. You didn't throw her out.
Ma'am, the government's still giving him money for rent for them.
Just a second. That's what I'm going to find out.
Okay.
Now, that's a rub.
Okay.
Because they're not giving him extra money that he's going to be able to keep. So how much do you get as a housing allowance?
$1,689.
Now, from this $1,689, how much do you pay for rent?
$1,650.
Who do you live with?
A couple of friends from my command.
What's the total rent on the apartment?
It's $1,650.
Well, then that should be divided by 3.
I pay the rent, they pay the bills.
It still should be divided by 3. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. So now you've gotten an extra $700 a month, because unless you have a breakdown from the government, how much they're giving to you and how much they're giving to your dependents. Do you?
No, they don't break it down.
Do you have such a breakdown?
No, ma'am.
Well, then how am I supposed to figure it out other than guessing? Other than telling the government that he's not sending any money anymore? If you're listening, did they take out money from your check for your wife and child as dependents?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
Because I sent it to them.
How much?
I was sending what I could. It was
What does that mean?
It wasn't a definitive amount. What ended up happening was there was a bill that came in to the plaintiff's household in June, and I asked for the bill to be sent to me so I could head off and prevent them from taking money from my check. That bill was not sent to me, so they ended up taking the money out of my check, and that's what ended up.
What bill?
It was a military star card.
For how much?
$37.76.
And what was it for?
It's a regular credit card you use at the exchange.
I understand that. So you used it for yourself?
No, it was used for the family when the family was together.
You mean when you were still at home?
Yes.
You know what he's talking about?
I know what card he's talking about, yes, ma'am.
That you used together as a family. Well, Miss Salas, how do you expect him to pay all those bills that your daughter incurred half of? I mean, she can't do nothing to contribute to these bills.
Yes, ma'am. The bills were mostly him going out purchasing TVs and video games and items that sort.
When?
This was before they left, before he got deployed.
Where are all those TVs and games?
Pawned.
By whom?
The defendant.
Did you pawn them?
No, Your Honor. I haven't been to the household. I haven't seen those items since I've left for Japan.
How many pay attention, how many automobiles do you have?
I have one.
Your mother said there were 2 cars.
Second car is his.
Where is it?
He has it.
Are you back from Japan now? I mean, other than being here.
Yes,
so
Your
you
Honor.
have your car.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, which car ran into difficulty?
His car.
Who was driving it?
When he deployed, it was me, because that was the only vehicle we had in the household.
Oh, just a minute. So you were driving his car?
Before I got my vehicle, yes, ma'am.
Just a second. When did you get your car?
April of 2012.
April 2012?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you had 2 cars.
Right. Before 2012, it was his. I would drive his car to get my son back and forth to practices and myself to school, to work, to school, him to daycare.
So you were using his car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when he left for Japan?
I was using my vehicle.
Your mother says there's a credit, listen to me carefully. Your mother says that there's a credit card payment to fix a car.
His Chevy Malibu. And
on what date did you have his car fixed?
From before 2012.
Before 2012?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Miss Judge Judy, can I say something?
No, just a second, no. So this is a car credit bill before he went to Japan?
Correct.
And is that the bill that's the subject of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were still living together.
Correct. And we were both making payments when I was working or when I got my school stipend. We will both make payments on the credit card. The problem with the credit card was when he drives it like he's driving in a NASCAR race. So it was being driven into the ground, so we had to keep taking it in because either something would blow or something would mess
I'm not
up.
interested in what happened in 2012.
No, this is before 2012.
For sure before 2012. I'm not interested in bills that amassed when you, your daughter, and the defendant were living together prior to 2012. Do you understand? That's what you just told me, that the card was used for repairs prior to 2012. This is not a matrimonial proceeding.
Right.
Ms. Salas.
I understand,
Okay.
but it was from prior to 2012. The card was used after 2012 for his use also. The card was used from 2008 until 2014 before he left.
Listen to me. I don't care. That's not where I'm at.
Okay.
Now, most of the time, he sent you $1,450 for a car payment. That's what you said the car payment was. And that was on his car or yours?
Mine.
We're done here. Is your daughter living with you? I would suggest that you get a job. Pay rent.
She's about to move out, Judge Judy. I understand what you're saying, but the bills that are incurred was his debt. I understand.
I say not. I say you took your daughter in. For most of the time that he was deployed, he sent home $1,450 a month, according to you and his wife. Now, I'm not saying there shouldn't have been a demarcation as to what money the government gave him to support dependents. That would be his wife and child, but I'm not going to guess, and I'm certainly not enriching you. I'm not paying you for rent to have your daughter and grandchild live with you unless I know exactly how much the government said for your wife and child. So much of this $1,600 that we pay you is for your wife and child. And if you can give me that information, and for the period of time that he didn't send money to you, I would be more than happy to say, well, he can't unjustly enrich himself. But you don't have that information, neither does he. And you have an unsympathetic position because he did, in fact, send money home.
Right, he did.
And before your daughter moved in, how many roommates did you have?
None.
Right.
But one more question.
Goodbye. We're done. When did you start renting the condo?
On December 22nd of 2015.
And what was your rent?
$1,650.
Sign a lease?
That's right.
For how long?
For a year.
When did you move out?
I moved out August 27th.
So well before your lease was up.
Well, 2016.
So you overstayed your lease?
That's correct.
Did you sign a new lease?
No.
Were you ever served an eviction notice?
No.
Never. 3-day notice to quit?
Yes, that was it.
On what date?
I believe it was June 20th.
When was the last month that you can prove to me that you paid rent on this condo?
It was August 5th, 2016.
And how much did you pay?
$1,650.
And how much did you pay in July?
$1,650.
And in June, how much rent did you pay?
I paid the same amount, $1,650.
Then you want to explain to me why you were served with a 3-day notice to quit.
Because in June, my father passed away, and I became a little behind because I was sending some money over to my country.
How much a little behind?
About $1,000 short.
But then you paid, according to you, after June, you paid all your rent.
That's correct. I sent her an email, and I explained to her my situation, and I let her know that I was going to pay her rent a little late, and she was okay with that.
You can't tell me what she was okay with, or even that you sent her an email. And she clearly wasn't okay with it because you were served with a 3-day notice to quit. And you did, in fact, leave. You were served with the notice to quit in August?
They were going to sell the property.
You know, we're going to get to the truth here. You understand that?
I do.
I'm glad you understand we're going to get to the truth here. You've been doing what you do a long time. I've been doing what I do longer. So you found out that they were going to sell the property. You had some family problems. You stopped paying rent or were shorting on rent. They were going to sell the property anyway. So at some point, you became a squatter. Right.
I guess so.
I guess so. Now, while you were a squatter and not paying rent, she was your roommate.
Correct.
And your rent was $600 a month.
Correct.
You moved in with Miss Gennaro when?
December 30th, 2015.
So you moved in with her at the same time that she rented the place?
I moved in on December 30th, 2015. I don't know when she first made.
Well, she said she moves in on December 22nd, 2015.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's 2014. December 20th, 2014. I'm sorry.
So you moved in a year later because you got the date wrong. And you were paying $600 a month. Your lawsuit says she didn't pay rent for a couple of months. She owes you money for rent. She owes you late fees. She owes you attorney's fees, and you changed the locks on her. Now, let me ask you this. When you moved out, after you got the 3-day notice to quit and you stayed a little while longer because the marshals were going to eventually come and throw you out, you ultimately left, owing the landlord rent. You owe the landlord rent.
No.
You were all caught up? Give me the landlord's number. The landlord was your landlord for 2 years. You're going to waste my time? I'm going to go there and find out.
Do you have my receipts?
Listen to me carefully. I'm going to call your landlord and find out when you moved if you were up to date on your rent. Now, you rented from this person for a couple of years, so you clearly have her number because you emailed her, you told me, and she wrote you back and said everything was okay. Is this going to be a waste of my time? I don't like to waste my time. Were you totally current with your rent when you moved out?
I was a week behind. I actually asked her.
Just a second. So what you're telling me is you were 1 week behind the $1,650 rent, and that's all you were when you moved out. Give me the date that you moved out.
Could I explain?
All I want to know is if I call the landlord, which is going to mean my having to get up from this chair, and I'm not a spring chicken, and go out that door and get on a phone, and I will get to your landlord, and I'm going to say, when Miss Gennaro moved out, did she owe you any rent? That's what I'm going to ask her. And is she going to say to me, well, she owed me a week? Is that what she's going to tell me? Or is she going to tell me that you owed her for several months, or you owed her $1,000, or you owed her $2,000, or you stopped paying your rent in June when your father got sick?
When my dad passed away, I got the notification. And then about a week later, which was June 28, I gave her $1,650 for the month of June.
You moved out in August.
Right. So then August came around.
You know, first comes July.
Okay, so July. Okay, so that's correct. So July came, and then I paid my rent. I asked Ms. Hernandez to pay me her rent by text, and she refused to do that.
All I want to know is when you don't tell me anything about her. Okay. She doesn't have a lease with the landlord.
Correct.
You have a lease with the landlord. Am I going to get an answer to my question? At the time that you moved out in August, did you owe any rent?
I did for 1 week.
So you got 2 notices. One that says you were late for your rent in June, and it was a 3-day notice to quit. And then subsequently you got a notice that said that they were selling the premises.
That's correct.
And that was in the same month. Well, it was actually posted the beginning of July.
That's right.
So what you're telling me is you paid rent for July and August. After you got these things, you paid your rent. Mm-hmm. And you lived there until when?
Until July 16th. That's when she locked me out.
Did you get back in?
Yes.
When?
August 2nd.
When did you move out?
I moved out August 20th.
Now, in the interim, because there was some sort of a kerfuffle between the two of you, you got a protective order against her, or she got one against you?
She got one against me.
Okay. But you still both live together?
Yes.
Except for the period of time that she was out because you would change the locks.
She changed her lock first.
And then you changed the lock back.
That's right.
Okay. And the judge told you that she could be there.
That's right.
So that she came back. What month's rent do you claim she didn't pay?
July and August.
Well, you locked her out in July, right?
Right.
So you don't get paid for July. And you moved back in August 2nd.
Yes.
Why didn't you pay rent for the month of August?
Because when I went to the house on August 5th, she called the police stating that I had broken into the house and stole some of her property. And then I, at that point, said I'm not going to live here because she told the officers if something happened to her, they would be responsible for it.
I thought you moved out at the end of August.
Correct. I was not living at the house on August after that. It was just
After what date?
After August 2nd, I just went in there, grabbed some belongings, and went to my parents' house.
Okay, so you had property in there.
Correct.
But you physically didn't live there.
Correct.
When you moved back in August, pursuant to the judge's direction that you could move back in, then she called the police again, and you left your property there, which ordinarily would mean that you're there. Is it true that while her property remained on the premises, she was not there after the beginning of August?
She was there.
When?
After August 2nd. The judge granted her with her restraining order.
No, I understand that you could be there.
And I could only be 3 yards away from her, assuming that.
I understand that the judge made that order. She says that she moved into her parents' home because after she moved back, because I assume your hearing was the beginning of August or the end of July, correct?
That's right.
And the judge said she can come back in, so she came back in. After she came back in, did you call the police again?
I called.
That's a yes or a no?
Yes.
How many days after she moved back in?
The next day.
Great. And is what you're telling me, she remained after you called the police in August? She
Yes.
remained?
Yes.
Personally, physically, she slept in the house?
She was there off and on. I don't know. I was never there.
Oh.
So she was there. There was times that she was there and sometimes she was not there. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
She was there sometimes, yes.
Right. Well, I would like to know what you think that she owes you. You locked her out in July. There was clearly problems in August where you called the police the day after she came in. I wouldn't stay there. Go ahead.
She was there off and on throughout August and July. Even after and before I locked her in. She was coming in there with the police.
You're not entitled to any rent. I don't know if you're entitled to anything because it seems almost unfathomable to me that after you found out that they were selling the premises and they posted this 3-day notice to quit, you continued to pay rent even though you sort of fell behind in June and you only owe a week's rent. So what else do you think she owes you? Attorney's fees for what?
Because I needed to get some legal advice. I was not sure what I needed to do.
What you needed to do is not lock out your tenant.
Could I explain that?
No, you can't lock out your tenant. Just like your landlord can't lock you out.
She put locks in her door.
She can put locks
It's
on
not
her
my
bedroom
property.
door. She put locks on the outer door, her bedroom door.
And her bedroom door.
She could put a lock on her bedroom door.
And that's because she broke it.
Shut! I don't want to hear. Don't speak unless you seem to be losing. Okay, I've taken care of that. Money owed for expenses due to an illegal lockout and harassment.
Correct.
Where are you living now?
I am currently sleeping on the floor at my parents' house.
So you're living with your parents?
Correct.
How old are you?
I am 22.
Okay, so you're living with your parents?
Yes.
Great. She doesn't have to pay you any rent because you locked her out in July. She moved out in August after you called the police again. Your counterclaim for harassment is dismissed. We're done. Ms. Woods, the defendant was your boyfriend, and you were living in one state. He got a job in another state, and according to your complaint, his job was a very good one. You had a job where you were living, but you decided to move with him to this new state. Which new state was he going to?
Ohio.
Ohio. And you had been living in?
North Carolina.
Okay. You have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you had a job at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were living together in North Carolina?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you been living together?
About a year.
So Mr. Smith got a new job, and the new job, in addition to making more money, according to you, gave him a relocation fee. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How much was the relocation fee?
$5,000.
And when did you get that?
About 4 days after we moved in.
It is your claim two things. A, that you signed a lease with him together when you moved in. That whole thing didn't last very long.
Correct.
You left and just were notified that you stuck with the lease, so you want him to be responsible for that. And you also claim that you paid for the moving costs with his assurance that when he got the moving bonus, that he would reimburse you. That's your claim.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you move? In what month?
October 31st.
When did your new job start, Mr. Smith?
October 31st. It was on a Monday.
And how much did the move cost you?
$550.
And how much of that $550, Mr. Smith, did you pay?
When we moved, it wasn't something that I should reimburse. We made the decision to move together.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. That wasn't my question. My question is, if the move cost $500, I assume you have bills for that?
Yes, ma'am.
The move cost $550. My question is, how much of that did you pay?
Oh, we paid out of pocket for each.
What does that mean?
It's not something that she paid for alone.
Well, I'd like to see your bills for the move.
Yes, ma'am. That's going to be $300, and here it's going to be another one as well.
What's point of sale debit? What does that mean?
It is under there. It's the Havenwood Townhomes. I paid the $300 deposit down on the place before we actually moved. They took out $100 to start off, and once we got approved, they took out another $200. That was the money my mother had loaned me for the U-Haul, and I had paid her back. And it was in our agreement that he would pay me back for the both when he got the $5,000, which he did not get back 4 days after we moved. It was
That's for the lease.
the deposit for the lease, yes, ma'am.
And what was the other $250 for?
We didn't agree for me to pay her back.
You moved October 31st. When did you move home?
I moved home on December 15th.
So you were there 6 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did you do with the $5,000 moving
After
expenses?
taxes, it was around $3,000. I used that to pay the bills, first month's rent, everything.
Okay.
Help with appliances. And,
Just a second.
Yes.
You did that to pay first month's rent.
Right.
Did you pay any part of the rent the first month?
Our first month's rent was free. We did not have to pay anything because we had moved at the last of the month. We did not have to pay anything until December.
So it went to pay December's rent, but you already started working October 31st,
Yes.
according to you.
That was my first day. It was just,
Well, that's okay. You paid October 31st. How often do you get paid in this job? Every 2 weeks?
every 2 weeks.
So that you got 2 paychecks. Listen to me carefully. You got 2 paychecks by the time December's rent floated around. I'm asking you what you did with the $5,000.
I got the $3,000 after taxes on that Thursday. Used that money to catch up the bills that I were behind.
Which one?
Paid my truck payment.
Your truck. What else?
I have a loan payment I paid for.
A loan. Your loan. For what?
There's a bank loan that I owed the bank a few years ago.
What else?
That's all I paid for myself. And then we went out, I bought, washer and dryer.
Where is the washer and dryer?
I sold it after she left.
What else?
I paid for get the lights switched over, the main bills that we needed to get moved in.
So far, he owes you $550. Now, you want to tell me why you left on December 15th?
Yes, ma'am. It had all started. He was working nights, and every day when he got up, he was really antsy and ill. And I had asked him to get up. I did not have a vehicle at the time. I said, we have stuff that we need to do. And we got into an argument about it. And I said, well, if you could pay me back the money that you owed me originally, I could be able to, get me a vehicle so that I could go and not have to wake you up in the afternoons. But I have a child, and she has places and things that she needs to do as well. And he said, well, I told you that I'm going to pay you back the money, but it's going to be a couple paychecks because I paid off what I had to pay off, and I don't have any money to give you.
She don't even have a license. She don't have a license.
She may not have a license, but that doesn't mean the argument didn't happen.
Right.
I have a text message stating right here that he had told me to pack my stuff and get out. And since I did not have a license or a car, I had arranged for a lady that I knew personally for years to come pick me up.
Okay. Did you stay in the apartment? It's not an answer.
Yes. I finished out December, and then I moved out right after she had left.
Why?
Because I couldn't really afford the place by myself.
Well, she wasn't working when she came out there. You were working.
Yes, but she had got a job when we got out there. I was working 12-hour nights, and she was supposed to get bartend or serve on nights that I was off. And most mornings when I got off work at 7, I get home by 7:30. She had a job to be at 11.
Well, you told her to leave.
We got in arguments. We was on and off for a year and a half.
I understand that, but you told her to pack up and leave.
We say things we don't mean when we're mad.
Well, sometimes you mean them and sometimes you don't. Are you working now?
Yes.
Good. Where do you work?
Same place, plastic packaging.
That's fine. And are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then I assume the landlord will garnish both of your wages. If he didn't re-rent the property, did he or she re-rent the property?
I'm sure they have.
I'm not sure about that. I have tried to contact the place a couple times. They won't return any phone calls.
I can't help you with that. You signed a lease. You're responsible for the lease. He didn't stay there either. The two of you left. It was the idea that between the two of you, you would have enough income to support that apartment. I can't help you with that, but I can help you with the $550, which I believe he agreed to pay you back from his $5,000 moving bonus. Well, the moving expenses, truck fees, etc., that amounts to the $550. Is that correct?
Yes, the moving truck and the...
Okay, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $550. We're done. Mr. and Mrs. Purcell, you purchased a lottery ticket.
Correct.
Where did you purchase it?
A bar next to our home
And where is that?
in Sandy, Oregon.
When did you purchase it?
February 20th, 2016.
How much did you pay for the lottery ticket and what were the prizes?
We paid $20 for 20 games. It was an 8-spot Keno ticket.
Have you played this particular lottery before? And it's an Oregon lottery.
Yes, and yes, we have.
Did you ever win before?
Yes.
And prior to this ticket, how much had you won before?
We won one for $600 once.
And that's the only time?
No, we've won a couple for about that amount.
A couple for $600. So it more than paid for itself?
Yes.
I assume. That's
Yes.
why you keep playing. Lucky people.
Yeah, we've lost a few too. We've lost a few
Oh,
too.
I can imagine. People usually only talk about their wins.
Absolutely.
So you bought this lottery ticket and lo and behold, you won. How much did you win?
$1,750.
And you found out that you won how?
Well, my husband went and checked the Did You Win machine, and it said, "You're a winner, please see your retailer." So he brought it up to the bartender, who is our witness, Tria, and she scanned the ticket. Now, if you win over $600, it doesn't tell you immediately how much you won. You have to go back and check the numbers, and then you can find out how much you won. But we had hit 7 out of the 8 numbers, and that paid $1,750.
What did you do next?
Celebrated. And then the next day, I went and got a claim form, which you can get right there at the saloon. And I brought it home, and Dave, my husband, filled it out the next day.
Listing your name, your address?
It was in my name. He put the claim form in my name. He even took a picture of the ticket. We put it in the claim form and sent it out the next day.
And you have a picture of the ticket?
Yes.
Correct.
And then what do? They send you a check?
Yeah, you send it into Salem, Oregon, and it usually takes about 3 days to get it back.
And it didn't come back?
And it didn't come back.
And you began investigating, and you had the picture of the ticket with the numbers.
Yeah, we waited the 2 weeks that they tell you to wait. On the 15th day, I called down there to Lottery and gave her my last name and the numbers. I said, we didn't receive our money. Well, they didn't have any of our information. So I told Dave, someone claimed our ticket. Somebody stole our ticket. So that's when I put in a public records request through the Lottery and received his information.
Okay, and that's how we get to the defendant who cashed your lottery ticket.
Correct.
Okay. First, I'd like to see a photo of the ticket.
He has it on his phone that is actually date stamped. I have a picture of it here, but if you'd like to see it with the date on it,
I would.
That's the picture of the ticket, and then he has it on his phone also. That was taken in February.
Got it. Thank you.
We also have our claim form. You'd like to see that?
I would. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have it up here.
You'd notice the date. It's the 22nd of February.
Okay. Did you contact Mr. Linwood personally?
I contacted him through Facebook.
And did he respond?
Yes, after a couple of attempts.
Okay. And what did he say to you when he responded on Facebook?
I'd be glad to show you that.
I'd like to see it.
I draw your attention to the last few.
I'm going to read them all.
Yeah, because he does change his story a couple of times. Okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Linwood?
I drive forklift, I do retail, and I do warehouse work.
Let's try to get one cogent story, sir.
Okay.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It had to have been February 27th or probably the beginning of March.
And how did it come into your possession?
Came into my possession, my father-in-law at the time, he contacted me one morning saying, "Hey, I won a lottery ticket of $1,750. I said, "Oh, wow, that's awesome." He said, "Well, could you help me out? It's unsigned. Can you turn it in for me? Because if I turn it in, I'm afraid that child support will take most of it." And I said, "Yeah, sure."
Stand up. What do you do for a living?
I'm a well driller.
What's your last name?
Richard.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It was on a Friday night. I was at a bar called the Country Corral.
You go to the bar often?
No, I played video poker that night.
Is this bar near to where you live?
Close, yes.
You never know where I'm going to be going, Mr. Richard.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I got you.
So it's close to where you live, and you've lived at this address for how long?
Probably 2 months at the time,
Why 2 months?
because I relocated.
With whom did you relocate?
My daughter and my son-in-law.
The three of you moved into this place together. Am I understanding that you moved into this new place 2 months before, so that would have been in December, with the defendant and your daughter?
Correct.
You see how you don't know where I'm going, so you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your
Yes,
Honor.
you do. So now you're at a place with Mr. Linwood, and Mr. Linwood just told me that he got a call from you. Now he lives with you. Why do you think that I would believe that since you were living with him, he would call you instead of discussing it with you when he saw you at home? Why do you think that, Mr. Linwood?
Well,
You have to think fast. Just tell me why you think that he would call you, and you would have a record of that, correct? On your phone log that he called you.
I do not, Your Honor. It was
right.
an old
Now,
phone.
but why do you think he would call you instead of discussing it with you in person? Because clearly he wanted you to do something illegal, right? Right? If he was looking to avoid child support, he was looking to do something illegal, right?
Yes.
Isn't that something you would want to discuss in person with somebody rather than over the phone?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So why would you think if he was living with you, he would discuss that with you over the phone? And by the way, where did you get the call?
I got the call. I was at my house, and
where was he?
He's not always at the house.
It's going to get better. I'm going to enjoy it better. All right. Now, Mr. Richard.
Your Honor.
Do you understand? This is not going to turn out well for you or for him, because I read his texts back and forth to the plaintiffs. And his texts back and forth suggests to me he clearly knew that he came into possession of this lottery ticket that did not belong to him. And you knew that if you were involved, that you came into possession of the lottery ticket that didn't belong to you, because immediately what he said was, please don't go to the cops. I will have your money, please. And the first thing he said was that you gave him the lottery ticket as a gift.
As a gift.
As a gift. But then he said that you didn't give it to him as a gift. He said you asked him to cash it for you so that you could avoid child support. Which one do you think it is?
Gift.
It was a gift to him.
Yes.
Well, then he had the money, you see. Then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, he had the money. He said, I didn't spend most of it. I have $900. Then he said, I have $1,400. I have to wait until I get paid, but I'll get it all back to you. And then all of a sudden, your tone changed, Mr. Linwood.
Yes, it did, Your Honor.
And why did your tone change?
Your Honor, my father-in-law told me.
Your father-in-law is a liar. So he can sit down. Sit. And so are you. In a short space of 2 pages, you changed your story 3 times.
Yes, I did.
And you swore, and just a second, and you swore to me that he's a liar. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he just said to me that it was a gift to you. And your answer says he asked me to cash the lottery ticket for him, and this is a sworn deposition, because at the time he owed back child support, and he was afraid that his winnings would be taken away from him. Now, he just swore to me that he made this lottery ticket gift as a gift to you.
It was not a gift, Your Honor.
Well, so then you just called him a liar. So he's a liar.
Yes.
That's what I said. That's why I told him to sit down. You see, and you came together. And you two are so stupid you can't even get your stories together. You slept in the same hotel room last night and you can't get your stories together. They ought to give a prize for stupid. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,750. We're done.
I bought the car in May of 2017.
How much did you pay for it?
$14,000.
Did you have a note on the car, or
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
pay cash? So if you had a note on the car, then, Miss Giles, you had to have insurance, full insurance on the car, correct?
Yes,
Of
ma'am.
course, you had to have insurance. And your car was stolen.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you report it stolen to the police?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you collect on the insurance?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Why not?
The transmission went out in the car, and I wasn't driving it, so I did not pay the insurance.
So you didn't pay the insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big problem. You had a contract to pay the insurance, right? So Somebody gave you $14,000. How much did you put down on the car, Miss Giles?
I put down $1,000.
And so you took out a loan for $13,000. Did you pay off that loan?
No, ma'am.
And you didn't have insurance?
I had insurance.
But then you didn't have insurance while you were supposed to have insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
So you stiffed the bank.
I'm still paying on the car note.
Show me. I want to see that you're still paying on the car note. $13,000, because that would be very interesting to me if you're still paying on the car note of a car that you don't have, and all you're suing the defendant for is $700 and then $900. And the other is for punitive damages for losing my car. So you paid him $900 and he didn't fix your car. So I want you to show me that all the payments that you made in January, February, March, April on the car of this year.
Okay.
But don't waste my time.
I'm not wasting your time. They were paid, ma'am. I'm not wasting your time.
Fine. So you've been paying on the car for March and April. What's the monthly payment?
The payment is $298.
Okay. March and April payments.
Yes, ma'am. I have those payments. I also have the way that I paid them, and I also have the text message stating that when Mr. Egan got my car.
No. I don't want all of that.
Here you go.
This tells me nothing.
That is the payment.
That tells me nothing. Your car payment, is, according to you, is $298. That's your car payment.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to circle on here your car payment for February and March.
Okay.
Return that. I don't want that piece of paper. That's nonsense. $298. I didn't see any payment for $298 anywhere.
I paid extra in February. I paid $350 in February, ma'am.
Just a second. Why would you pay $350 in February?
Because I was in between jobs. I was a little behind. So I made sure to catch up my February payment.
Just a second. So you were a little behind. How many months behind were you?
I wasn't any months behind, ma'am. Maybe a couple of days or maybe a half of, like I maybe paid half of, last month or something like that. But I think maybe with interest, like I said, I paid $350 in February for my full car payment, which I have right here. It says paid in full.
I see what you're showing me. Just a second. Let me see paid in full. Don't give
That's
me a lot of
February.
papers. Let me see paid in full.
That's February.
For February. Well, the total amount due February 1st, according to this, was $773.89. That's on February 1st. And on February 9th, you paid, according to this, $350. On total amount due, $773.89. That's what this says. Now you can show me this same thing from March. So far, you're at least a month behind. That's what this says.
I have my full payment history right here, and it's not sent.
You just, Miss Giles, you just handed me this thing that says...
That was from a statement that they gave me in February.
That says $733 that was due and owing. You made a payment to them of $350 on February 9th. Then sometime in February, the car's transmission, according to you, when did the car's transmission go?
In March, ma'am. I just tried to show
Just a second. In March, the transmission went. Now you're going to show me March's payment.
I have
March's payment.
Yes, ma'am. When my transmission went out, ma'am, I spoke with the bank. The bank told me that I could pay them.
Don't tell me what the bank told you, Miss Giles. This is your problem with me. Your problem with me is that right now you don't, according to you and according to the defendant, nobody knows where your car is.
My car just came up missing last Monday, ma'am.
If your car came up missing last Monday, it's very possible that it got repossessed
It
by
did
the
not
bank.
get repossessed, ma'am. I'm trying to explain to you what happened, ma'am. In March, I spoke with my bank because my transmission stopped working the beginning days of March. I spoke with my bank, ma'am.
Just said, you're not, Miss Giles, you're not going to tell me what the bank said to you.
I can show you, ma'am. I can show you. I have paperwork and documents. I was granted an extension if I paid.
Just a second. Show me where the bank granted you an extension in March.
Yes, ma'am. I have it right here. Yes, ma'am.
Just show me where the bank granted
It's
you.
all right here.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
don't give me a lot of papers.
It's not. It's
Just
not a lot. It's not a lot.
Show me the paper where the bank granted you an extension in March.
Here you go. It shows right here.
Good. Okay. According to this, on March 31st, you signed this agreement that indicated your payment would be due on April 1st.
No, ma'am. It's May 1st.
No.
It's May 1st, ma'am.
Okay.
That
Let
April
me read
was
this
the
to you.
month. that
Please
was-
be advised that this agreement will be revoked and null and void if you fail to sign and return this agreement by February 12th. The contract will be extended and your regular payment will be due on April 1st, 2018, provided you sign this agreement and return it. The agreement was sent to you on March 29th. Following that payment, your next regular payment due is 4/1/2018, and every month thereafter until your new maturity date, which will be August 1st, 2023.
Ma'am.
That's what it says.
That's not what I was told.
Well,
That's not what they just told me upstairs when I called.
I want you to
have the payment.
Ms. Giles, get this absolutely correctly. What you handed me said your payment was due April 1st. Right now, you don't know where the car is. Shh! You don't know where the car is. According to you, it was taken last Monday.
Yes, ma'am. I have
Well,
a
just a
report.
second. According to you, it was taken last Monday. You found it missing, right?
It was at the shop where
Just
he had me to tow it to. I was going back to check on it, and they told me that it was gone, that it was there that morning, but by the time I made it on Monday, it was gone.
It was gone. And what was last Monday's date?
It was the 16th.
Your payment was supposed to be received by them April 1st. What I'm telling you, Miss Giles, is either one of two things happened, Miss Giles. Either.
Ma'am, my payment is due on May 1st.
Show me just a second.
They gave me April, and I was supposed to start my first. My payment is due May 1st. When I
show
just
me
called
here.
upstairs, I can call right now.
No, don't call right now.
I don't
You have a bigger problem than the $700. Miss Giles, stop with the histrionics. You have a bigger problem than the $700 you gave him for a new transmission. You have a much bigger problem. Your bigger problem is that you owe this bank $13,000 because if you didn't have insurance, and you were supposed to have insurance on a car of which you owe $13,000.
Here's
that
my
means
insurance right here, ma'am. Like I tried to explain to you, I paid my insurance. When I gave my car to Mr. Egan, ma'am, my car was insured, and I paid my car insurance. But at that point, it was either get my car fixed or to, pay again the next month. After he'd taken my money, I could not pay my car insurance again, ma'am. I had to go
either
save
you
money
had,
to get my
listen
car
to me,
fixed.
either you had insurance or you didn't have insurance.
I had
Before we
insurance when I gave Mr. Egan my car, ma'am. I had insurance in the middle of March, ma'am.
Well, if you had insurance, madam, in March, then you had insurance in April. And if you had insurance in April and if your car was stolen, then the insurance company will reimburse you. If they repossessed your car,
they did not, ma'am. I called.
Well, then,
before I reported my car stolen, my lawsuit was already filed. I filed my lawsuit on April 1st, ma'am. I did not report my car taken until
Ms.
April
Giles,
the 16th.
I'm not satisfied with this case. And if you think that you will have a better chance going back to the small claims court from where you came, I'm going to dismiss your case without prejudice, and you can go back there. I'm not buying the story. Do you understand? With all your histrionics, I'm not buying this story. Go back to small claims court and maybe somebody will buy this story. I'm not buying it. Goodbye. Mr. Ramirez, how old are you, sir?
I'm 22.
What do you do for a living?
I work at a restaurant. I'm a server.
In what restaurant?
Ramen by York.
And where is it located?
In Highland Park.
What are your hours of employment, sir?
I'm part-time right now.
What are your hours of employment?
From 6 to 11.
6 p.m.
Yes, to 11
to
p.m.
11 p.m. And what do you do all day?
I'm starting school again. I just started school.
I don't care what you are doing soon. What do you do now during the day? Which school do you attend now?
I do an online schooling.
So you don't go to school. You do online, which means you work out of your house?
Yes.
And who do you live with?
My parents.
And what do they do?
Construction.
They both work?
Yes.
Are they working today?
No.
Where are they today?
They have regular regular activities that they do throughout the day. I have a little sister, so they take care of my sister.
What are they doing today?
I have no idea. They're out doing their own thing.
But they're not working today.
No, I don't think so.
And where is your little sister?
With them.
Well, you don't think so. Does that mean that you were home today doing your online school?
No.
What were you doing today?
I had a family emergency today.
I want to hear what the emergency was.
I had a family emergency. I had a family emergency with my brother. He has liver cirrhosis of the liver. So it was out of nowhere, and we all went to the hospital. And I just got home.
Just a second. What hospital is he in? You just told. Listen to me very carefully, Mr. Ramirez. You just told me a moment ago that your parents were out doing, you don't know what today. They were out doing things, regular things, because they weren't working. That's what you told me 2 minutes ago. You told my staff in the back that you had a family emergency, but just a moment ago you said your parents were out doing their own thing. Now all of a sudden you have a family emergency and everybody was in the hospital. Listen to me very carefully, Mr. Ramirez. I'm going to explain something to you about time and other people's time. You purchased a car from Miss Rodriguez. You didn't know her before you purchased the car from her, is that correct?
Yes.
You purchased the car from her because you saw the ad online, correct? And you bought the car and you had an agreed upon price.
Yes.
I'm going to get to the rest of the facts of the case because you didn't finish paying for the car.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get to the facts of the case in a minute. I'm not finished with you about other people's time. I spent a lot of time in school preparing for what I do. All these people work. Do you know what I mean? Work. Full time. They work. They get up in the morning and they don't go to school online. If they went to school, they actually got out, put their behind in a car, drove to school, or went to school. Do you understand? I'm here waiting for you because you couldn't get here on time. Bird is here waiting for you because you couldn't get here on time today. Most important, the lady that you stiffed on the car that you didn't know was here at 1:15, the same time you were supposed to be here. Do you understand? That is disrespectful. Stop tapping. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful of other people's time when you're late. You see all these people sitting in the gallery? They could have been home 40 minutes ago if it wasn't for you. I could have been home 40 minutes ago and been on the treadmill if it wasn't for you. She could have been on her way home if it wasn't for you. Do you understand? That's respect for other people's time. And if you're 22 years old and you don't understand that yet, I'm prepared to give you a dress down. Now we understand each other?
Okay, but I had a family emergency. So
listen
it happens.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Mr. Ramirez, I understand your words, family emergency. You told me 5 minutes ago you didn't know where your parents were. They were out doing chores because they weren't working today. And then when you realized where I was going, you went back to your original route. I had a family emergency. Now, all of a sudden your parents who were out doing chores were at a hospital with your brother who has cirrhosis of the liver? Is that what you're telling me? You forgot about that when I asked you first where your parents were? If I asked you, Mr. Ramirez, where are your parents today? And you said, we were at the hospital with my brother. That I could understand. But when I asked you where they were, uncross your hands. You said to me they were out doing their things because they're not working today. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, you bought a car from Miss Rodriguez and you agreed to pay her how much?
$1,600.
You gave her a $500 deposit. She's a trusting soul. You gave her a $500 deposit, and because you probably said to her, I'm going to pay you every month religiously until the $1,600 is paid off, just like you told me you had a family emergency, she trusted you enough to give you the registration for the car, right? Right?
Yes.
And then you were smart enough to register the car in your own name, right?
Yeah, I wasn't registered.
You never had the car registered?
No, it wasn't registered before.
I don't care whether it was or not. You had it registered in your own name.
Yes.
And that was the last Miss Rodriguez heard from you. Now, when he purchased the car, he came, he looked like a nice young man, right?
Yes.
And he said, I promise I'll give you what? How much a month?
It was supposed to be $500 every week. For
He
2
was going to
weeks.
give you $500
Yes,
a week for 3 weeks?
December 12th was supposed to be the first payment of $500, and then December 19th was supposed to be another payment for $500, and the following week was supposed to be a payment of $100.
So what happened on December 12th?
I believe,
No, don't tell me.
I'm sorry.
December 12th comes and goes, you don't hear from him.
Yes.
And what happened?
I messaged him. I have text messages to prove it. I messaged him, and he was just giving me the runaround. It took me
That's a conclusion, giving you the runaround. You said, where's my $500? What did he say?
He told me that he was going to go to the DMV to go register because his mom wanted to make sure that the car could be registered. I told him, okay, but he still had to pay me the $500. And he said that he had to spend like $500 for the smog and to register the car. He said that he was going to go try to get a loan or borrow money from his cousin. But I told him if he pays me next week, he's going to have to pay me $1,000 because it's a late payment.
Right. Well, then he was supposed to pay you the $1,000.
Yes.
The following week, $500 a week. He doesn't make $500 a month. Serving, what kind of food do you serve? Ramen?
Yeah.
Ramen, working part-time, he doesn't make $500 a month. Now, you made a deal with her for $1,600 for her car.
Yeah. No.
What, you paid her $500 for the car. You were late coming to court today. When you called the clerk's office in the back, you said, I'm getting off the freeway. Were you riding a bicycle on the freeway?
A car.
Were you riding on the freeway? Whose car?
Your producer's car.
What happened to your car?
Because I was just getting home from the emergency that I had, and he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm in your area. I'll go get you." And I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I'm just getting home. I just got home, threw on clothes, and came." Because I had earlier this morning, I had texted. I had said like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have a family emergency. I'm really sorry. Like, is there any way we could push the day or the time? Like, I just
early this morning."
Yes.
Early this morning. Well, what was your emergency early this morning? Early this morning when you called and said, is there any way we could push over the date? What was your emergency early this morning? Not at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. What was your emergency early this morning?
The same emergency I had today.
Did you, just a second, did you tell the producer that early this morning, that your brother early this morning was in the hospital with an emergency? Early this morning.
Yeah, when I say early, it's like 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock early this morning, yes.
And said?
Is there any way I could extend a later time or the date, I would really appreciate it, yes.
Is that what you said to her? What about the brother in the hospital with an emergency?
That's why I had texted her saying, is there any way?
No, that's a significant thing. That way the producer wouldn't have gotten in her car to go find you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I told her.
Do you understand? Where's the car?
What car? Her
car that you bought from.
It's parked in front of my house.
Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. We're done very much. Your lawsuit is, so you did no work in the house. At some point, you say you were notified, and you must have reports to show me, that there was stuff going on in the house that caused your neighbors to call the police, and the police came. There was domestic violence. When you finally heard about it, you went and you found that the whole property looked like a trash house. She had vehicles parked in the front. She had a trailer in the back, up in the backyard where some other people were living.
Correct.
What kind of trailer?
I wasn't there when the trailer was there.
Well, how do you know there was a trailer there?
Because of his paperwork. It was there at one point in time, but...
So there was a trailer. Well, and let's get it straight.
Yes, there was a
Either
trailer.
he has pictures.
Yes, there was a trailer.
I mean, you can make up things. You can make up things, you know, like you're the Wicked Witch of the North, or you're like the Good Witch from the East, or whatever it is. But for him to say she had a trailer parked in the yard, that's not something
It wasn't
that he
mine.
makes up.
It was something to do with him and the people that were back there.
Who?
Gary.
You mean he had tenants living back there in a trailer?
He told them people they could put the trailer back there. That's a lie,
Your Honor. Hey, listen, I find a lot about you suspect. Just from the foot to foot, I find a lot about you suspect. Did you move the trailer back there?
I did not know.
Do you know who did?
I know who put the trailer back there, yes.
Who did?
Renee and Tyler.
Who is that?
It's a mutual friend of all of ours.
What was your relationship